go on, tell a friend. If they rockin' red, they're a 10. Champions, we the best, we come again. Kop-ish clean up in every region. Elevation in every season. Catch up in all the fast match up in real rap. And drifty go on, tell them this is that. This is that. This is Kopish. This is Kopish. Reppin' Liverpool to the end. Champions, we the best, come again. This is that. This is Kopish. This is Kopish. The main free back up in your screen. Real ones know this the place to be. This is Kopish.
Massive shout out to our sponsors OK Jersey, who have an amazing 4.7 rating on Trustpilot. Look people, the season is fast approaching. If you want to grab this season's kits and much more, whether it be training gear, kits for yourself, kits for your wife or girlfriend, or for the kids, or for a family member or friend, head over to okjersey.com, whether it be Liverpool, another club or country. And people, for a further 8% off, use the promo code Kopish. That is right, KOPISH, for a further 8% off. So there's only one thing left to do right now. Head over to okjersey.com.
Digging deep.
Yes, people, apologies. We apologize. We are late, but listen, we are here. We are live. It is your favorite show on a Monday. It is the Monday Night Show. Before I say anything else, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe. And don't forget, people, we are on the road to 50K. We would like to get there this season. I'm just saying, some of you lot are slacking, like Arnie Slot, bro. But we got a new manager in charge, and there should be renewed optimism for this season, even though we've got a few things to talk about. And as I said that, today, obviously, Ronald Araujo has signed on loan for Liverpool. We're going to speak about that. The consortium involving Jeff Bezos, a deal looks like it's even closer. And Bradley Barcola has agreed personal terms with Liverpool, courtesy of Fabrizio. With that being said, Cal, welcome to the show, my bro.
Big up, brother. Big up. How you doing?
Not too bad, bro. Not too bad. I would ask you how you're doing, but I already know. Like, it's a bit
Yeah. I've definitely been better, bro.
No, I hear it. I hear it. But listen, I think people, there's only one place to start, and that is the news that has broken today. And I think it divides opinion, and this is why it's going to be an interesting conversation. Jeff should be here any minute as well. Ronald Araujo has signed on loan for a season. Not only that, he has apparently reportedly lowered his wage demands and able to get the deal over the line. What's your thoughts on that, Cal?
Do you know what? Brilliant, isn't it? We've got the best defense in the world now, and there's no reason for concern. We've got the best centre backs in the world. All good.
I hear there's a lot of unrest, shall I say.
I don't want to be called negative anymore, bro. So I'm just
no, but you don't be negative. We just want honest conversations.
I don't think people do want honest conversations, man.
No, I think we do.
So, I'm gonna be real, but I don't like being at loggerheads with the rest of the community, innit? I kind of just want us all to be on the same page, be happy with our squad and all that. So on a real, bro, talent-wise, I have no problem with Araujo. Like literally no issues with his talent at all.
Yeah.
The injuries and stuff like that, it makes me very concerned as to what's going on. But as I said, I don't want to come across negative because I'm at that point now where I'm just like, anything I seem to say just comes across negative, and it's not the case. But I'm kind of done arguing with people in the community because like we're all part of one community. Effectively, we all want to have the same thing, which is success for Liverpool. We just have different opinions in it. So I just don't want any arguments. So yeah, we'll see.
You see, obviously Araujo, we know him obviously from playing at Barcelona. Here he is right here, as we can see. Taking the number 33, he's got a lot of experience. I understand in the fan base, he does divide opinion, and that's because obviously, like you said, Cal, he has picked up quite a few injuries over the last couple of years. But at the same time, about a couple of years ago, maybe 2-3 years ago, he was maybe seen as one of the top 5, 10, maybe 10 defenders in Europe. Do you think there's a chance, Cal, that he could maybe find his form again after having like a bit of a break at Barca, where he took some time out, if I'm not mistaken, due to like mental health? And do you think maybe sometimes a player just needs a new start, even though it is a gamble for us? Like if Araujo is able to somehow capture that form that Barca fans were happy with at that time, do you think it's possible, Cal?
I hope so, man. I would love nothing more to be sitting here in a year's time and be like, geez, I was worried about Araujo's injuries and all that. What did I have to be worried about? Time will tell. Matt, as I said, from a talent perspective, I have no issues with him. I know people sit there and go, oh, we've got the bozo gene, he makes mistakes. Name me a centre-back that doesn't make mistakes in today's game. Like, even, do you know what? Name me a centre-back throughout history who doesn't make a mistake. Like, Rio Ferdinand, who's considered by many to be the best defender in Premier League era, made a bag of mistakes. Vinny Company made a bag of mistakes. Virgil van Dijk has made a bag of mistakes. Every centre-back makes mistakes.
Virgil was playing basketball last season.
It's just what I'm saying. So, like, the whole, oh, he's a bozo in this. Yes, some defenders make more mistakes than others. That's fair, innit? Then you can start to criticize that. I don't have an issue with the player. I don't have an issue with, like, the talent. My issue is we have 4 defenders before he signed. We had Virgil van Dijk, who's 35, has just come off the back of playing more minutes than anyone in the top 5 leagues and the World Cup, and is now 35 off the back of a bad season, or not a very good season, shall I say. We've got Jeremy Jacquet, who's never played a full season of football, if I'm not mistaken, and he's coming back from a very serious shoulder injury, and he's also had knee and hip injury.
Yeah.
And hip discomfort.
Oh, hip. Oh,
yeah. Leone's come back off an ACL, which, again, I know from personal experience how difficult that is to come back from. And hey, he hasn't played a Premier League minute, let alone a full season of football. And then we're bringing in Araujo, who only played 1,000 minutes last season. So, yeah. And again, when you get dickheads like this, when have I manifested do you see now, Matt, why I said what I said? When have I manifested someone get injured?
You haven't. You're just talking. You know what's so bad? And I said injury, not even you. I want to address this because I'm going to try not to come back to it. But there are a few people in the chat who genuinely just either smoke spice or are just dimwit beyond belief. Not once have I mentioned that I want Araujo to get injured. What on earth would I want a player to get injured for? Why on earth would I want a Liverpool player to get injured? How the hell am I manifesting someone getting injured when I'm speaking about their injury history? How can I be manifesting? What am I Papa Shango now? Am I down with the voodoo stuff? Like, so me speaking about someone who's previously been injured is now me manifesting someone getting injured. Now, Dexter's got to be the dumbest mug going, or he simply doesn't understand English. But when this is why I say, Matt, I have to do the top red thing, because anytime I speak about stuff that's going on, Cal's negative. I ain't seen someone so negative like Cal. Okay, cool. So I'll just do what you guys want me to do. I'll say, yeah, you guys are right. Ronald Araujo is amazing. There's nothing crazy about us signing him, and good. And Dexter, you're the oracle, bro. Dexter, you're the oracle. Dimwit Dexter. That's what we call him now. Didi. We call him Dimwit Dexter. Do you know what, Carl? There's only... Oh, shit. Where is it? Anyway, while I find it, Drift, what's your thoughts on the Araujo signing now that it's over the line? I know you're a bit more maybe optimistic like me rather than the fan base, or majority of the fan base who are very, very concerned. What is your kind of like thoughts on it right now, Drift, now that it's actually over the line?
I'm gonna fall out with some people tonight, boy.
Give me 1 sec, guys. I'm here.
I've got a feeling there are other reasons why some of the fan base are annoyed, and Araujo's kind of taking the brunt of it. There's been a lot of frustration with lack of activity, lack of movement, things taking a while, the saga with the Barcola thing. And I got a feeling that a lot of people are just like annoyed in general with how it's going. And the only way that anybody was going to be really happy with a signing was going to be if it was a signing that they like really, really wanted. So Araujo being like somebody that nobody spoke about, nobody thought about. I'll be honest with you, because I watched you lot show earlier on. I actually think one of the main reasons nobody spoke about Araujo wasn't because he's a crap player, he's not good enough. It's because I don't think anybody ever thought that there was a chance Barcelona would let him go. I'm actually quite shocked that they're letting him go. I believe it probably is only for the same reason they're letting Ferran Torres go, because they need to get rid of some of their top earners to be able to balance the books, because Barcelona aren't in a great financial position. Ferran Torres did extremely well for them and they really do like him, but they're letting him go because they need the money to be able to strengthen the squad in other ways. Barcelona are like a souped up super version of like Aston Villa, where they do have to move players on before they can bring players in because their wage structure was crazy. They went a bit mad. They got into financial problems. Remember, Matt, you'll remember one of the main reasons why they ended up being okay in the end wasn't for any mad genius bit of, it was actually just because Pedri and Yamal stepped up as academy players and started to carry the team. If they didn't have Yamal in the youth academy, Barcelona might still be in trouble like they were when they had to let Messi go. Now, I think a lot of people forget that wasn't that long ago when they were in that kind of issue. So I think that's the reason why Araujo, no one thought he was available, is because everybody assumed Barcelona like him and he would just stay there. But now he has been let go. He's the one being crashed on because nobody actually wanted him. So now the anger and the pent-up frustration of all of the other stuff not going on, it's like, well, let's take out on Araujo now because this ain't the guy we wanted, and what the hell? I totally understand the frustration or the worry or the anxiety about his injuries. He does have a crazy injury record in the last few years. You can't deny that. Yeah, but you can also flip it, and you can also go through and you can also be like, well, look at the games missed. Yeah, he has a crazy list of injuries, but it come like he's the type of guy that will stub his toe, be out for 3 days, but then he'll be all right again, because he'll only miss like he only missed 8 games 2 years ago, and he only missed 2 games without the mental health break last year. So I'm like, in the middle, yeah, he did miss 20 games in the middle with a serious injury. But if you're looking at 8 games and 2 games through injury, you're like, well, that isn't the type of games where you go, oh my God, you are unreliable. If you miss 8 games in a season where you play 50, I wouldn't call that an unreliable player. Do you get what I mean? Like that means you played 42 out of 50 games. I wouldn't call you unreliable. And last season, he had whatever the mental breakdown was. I think we're all allowed to have time off if you've got some issues going on, right? Men's mental health is one of the main things no one ever cares about. So I'm not going to be upset or annoyed with a man who may have been going through some tough personal issues or whatever he's going through, and he needed to take 8 games off, the equivalent of however many days that was, to just center himself and get back to him and whatever it was. I mean, he was going through some issues. He missed 2 games through injury last year, outside of needing the break for his mental. So 2 games in a season that's nothing. So I get the concern, I get the worry, but I do think it might be getting blown a little bit out of proportion because there's frustration leading from other areas of the transfer window. And everybody thought, right, if we're going to make a move, it's got to be Jess Spence. We've got to be bringing in a guy that we like, we want, blah, blah. Then everybody's thinking about, we've got to get Sabani. Already knows a Prem. They don't want him. He's young. He can be here for years. Future captain. Do you know what I mean? So we all had our mind on what we wanted, and now we're crashing out like the spoiled child at Christmas, where you're not getting the toy you wanted, even though you've still got a toy. So I'm in the middle, bro. Like you and me used to talk about Araujo ironically a lot, Matt, and we rated him. And I don't care what no one says. No one's rewriting history. 3 years ago, there was only maybe 2 or 3 defenders in world football better than Araujo. I know 3 years in football can be a long time, but 2 or 3 years ago, there was only 2 or 3. 3 years ago, there was only 2 or 3 defenders in world football. I think you and me were talking about it, and was like maybe Virgil, Rudiger. That we were, that there wasn't a long list of players that were actually better. He was Araujo.
Definitely, in my opinion, top 5 in the world. Like, 100%. Bro, there was a point where Barcelona fans were gassed, and obviously injuries can change things. And do you know what I will say about Araujo, guys, as well? It's funny because what people are doing right now as well is like they're doing the whole Barcelona are so happy to get rid of him. And I'm not going to use this one person as an example to say this happens all the time, but I'm going to use something a bit positive rather than being negative. Barcelona fans were also happy when they got rid of Dembele. they were celebrating. They were like, you've got a player who can't be asked to train, lazy, doesn't look after himself, and he's always injured. How's that one worked out for Barca? Oh, yeah. You're looking at a guy like Dembele who's won 2 Champions Leagues in a row. And we get it. PSG, we understand what goes on there. You can take games off in League One and just play Champions League, all that stuff. Point being is, though, just because a team celebrates getting rid of a player, it doesn't make the player crap. Again, if it doesn't work out, we can all sit here and go, do you know what? It was the wrong move to do. But if it does, we'd all be sitting there going, I'm glad we did that. Do you want to know why? Because he is an experienced defender. And do you want to know something as well, guys? And feel free to chime in. Araujo's play style actually suits the Prem than it does La Liga. Do you want to know why? He's an aggressive, front-footed defender. When you go and use that kind of style in La Liga, they don't really like that type of defending. Like, you see, like, in La Liga, defenders like PK are lauded. Even Sergio Ramos, I know I've all disciplinary records, but Sergio Ramos, the way he plays the game would have, in my opinion, been better for Prem because he's a physical defender.
Bro, you've got the perfect example at Liverpool last season. Look how many Liverpool fans celebrated Ibu leaving. Ibu's one of the best defenders in the world, and look how many Liverpool fans celebrated him leaving. You know what? I don't normally touch on things within like what people are saying too much. A9, guys, when the hell did I ever turn my back on Salah? Some people just talk the most shit. I swear down. People just make stuff up. When did I ever turn my back on Salah? Anyway, another thing I want to say, and this is where I might fall out with people because people don't like being called out. I reckon a lot of the people in the chat who are saying he's a bozo don't actually know who he is or watch football. They're just following a rhetoric. You know, he's only really made like 2 high-profile mistakes in the Champions League in his whole career, and all of a sudden that makes him a bozo. You guys ain't watched Araujo week in, week out to call him a bozo. Big up Morgs in the building. You look, they ain't watched Araujo week in, week out to talk about he's a bozo. All you have to do nowadays is make a mistake and you're a bozo. John Terry missed a penalty that cost Chelsea the Champions League. Is he a bozo? Like, do you get what? But I guarantee if Ibu missed that penalty and cost Liverpool the Champions League, he'd be a bozo. Right. Do you get what I mean? Like, people pick and choose all the time when they want to pluck things and follow narratives. Real talk, I'd love to sit anybody down who says Araujo's a bozo and tell me how many 90 minutes have you watched of him? Because I'm not even going to sit and profess to watch millions of games, but I watched enough of him to know international and for Barcelona, he's not a bozo. He is far from, in fact, when it comes to talent, there ain't many people talking to him. Injuries is the only acceptable reason for worry that I will give. When it comes to talent, man don't know ball if they're going to say Araujo's not a good player. I'm not having it. I'm not having it one bit.
I do think he can be rash, but I agree. I don't think I've ever sat here and said it's a talent issue with Araujo. That's my concern. It's not a talent issue.
It's more. Do you know what I will say about Araujo? And I'll bring it back to this, guys. Dejan Lovren, when he signed for Liverpool, everyone said he was supposed to be the savior because remember, he was supposed to be the leader in it. And obviously the pressure got to Lovren and obviously you can see underperformed. When Virgil van Dijk stepped in, I'd arguably say Lovren got a lot better. I'm not saying he became like world-class, but it allowed him to play a bit more without having to be the leader. He could just like play the game at his pace. Yeah. That might work for Araujo. Virgil van Dijk might be the defender that Araujo needs to be playing alongside. When you're Araujo at Barca, you are the leader. He was the captain. Man had Kubasi, sick, like 10 years old. Them youth, man. Let's be real. I'm not trying to do the whole rally cry. We've just signed one of the best defenders in the world on loan. No, I'm not doing that. What I'm saying is don't write him off. He hasn't kicked a ball yet. And I do think if he does surprise people, it's going to be mad. There'll be a lot of silence. There will be a lot of, I promise you, this is what always happens. It's like when us three make a shout for a player. If it goes wrong, you lot are very quick to remind us. We're like, all right, I'll take, Werner, it was mad. Max Wi-Fi's mad. But when I say Pacho, I don't hear nothing. Crickets. When Carl says Elise, crickets. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's true.
It's mad. Like, so let's just be mindful. let's see what happens, because I just think there's, like you said, like, guys, there's a lot of negativity. I fully understand his injury history is a concern, but just to write him off straight away, I think it is a bit mad. I do. I just think, go on, Cal.
Boy, forget about the chat now. Be honest with me. From what I've said, do you feel like I'm writing them off? Don't mince your words. Tell me the honest truth. You think, okay.
So I said the honest truth.
But you categorically said his talent isn't your worry. His availability is your worry.
Availability.
By the way, I don't think he's better than Konate at this point in his career.
No, I don't think he is.
No, I wouldn't say he's better than Ibrahim.
But I also think he's a very good centre back. But again, for me, shall I tell you what it is? You see, if we had, how can I explain this? Let's say Xhaka had a full season under his belt, and let's just say Xhaka had a full season under his belt, and Gomez wasn't injury prone, and then we brought in Araujo. I promise you, I'd have no issues.
Yeah,
it's the fact that we have Gomez, who I can't rely on at all.
Yeah.
Xhaka, I don't want to put any pressure on because he's already had a shoulder injury, a knee injury, and a hip injury. Leone's coming back off an ACL and he's not even 19 or he's 19 or something like that. Like, I don't want to be putting any pressure on him. And then Virgil's 35, playing way too many minutes at the moment. Now going to start playing intensive football again under a new manager. It worries me we're bringing in this player who could potentially be covering not just centre back, but right back, where we have Bradley, who we don't know when we're going to see again, and Frimpong, who seems to be picking up injuries as well. My concern is we brought one player in to cover two positions on the pitch, both of which are riddled with injuries at the moment. It worries me that he's the person coming in.
No, here's the maddest thing. The irony of it, Matt, is that you and me had this conversation today on the phone. And what Cal was saying, we literally was like, do you want to know what stops the crash out from a lot of people? Is if Liverpool go and buy Jez Spence, and then we realize Araujo is only coming in to play centre back, or if we go and buy Zabani,
I said that, Drew. I said that.
That Araujo is going to play right back and Zabani will be there for centre back. If we go and do one of those, I don't think anybody's going to be mad. I think the people are just worried. We're trying to buy one player to cover two positions, but the player who's covering the two positions has some injury concerns, meaning what if he's not available as well? How does that actually make any logical sense? And I'm totally understanding of that concern. That concern is 100% valid, and anyone who's on that mindset, I totally get where they're coming from. I still don't think it's worth a crash out, but I totally understand where their frustration or where their worry would be coming from. But for people to be like, he's crap, he's not good enough, that isn't true. There's nothing wrong with his talent at all. There's nothing wrong with his talent at all.
Me personally, like I said, I think his game suits the Premier League. I think as time goes on, I think once he adjusts, I think we might be surprised, or some of you lot might be surprised just how good he is. And I also feel like as well, like, I understand.
Can I ask one question as well?
Yeah.
And again, I know I'm going to get called negative. At this point, no matter what I say, I'm just going to be called negative, right? So it is what it is. Is there not a worry in some way, shape, or form that Barcelona are cool letting their club captain leave to another European rival? Does that not send any alarm bells whatsoever?
Right. But I look at
it's just football, bro.
Bro, do you know what? I look at Dembele.
No other big team does that.
He's leaving Spain. If he went Real Madrid, I would be different. Like, what the hell's going on?
Bro, it's Dembele. It's Dembele. This is what I'm saying. So, Cal, imagine, Dembele.
But sorry to cut you, man. Isn't Dembele a bad example to use because he's not necessarily the? It's like me saying, oh, Rio should start because Yamal is work for Barcelona. Like, Yamal's the exception. Dembele for me is the exception because not everyone leaves Barcelona and goes on to win a Ballon d'Or.
Okay,
there's been bare players who have left Barcelona and haven't kicked on with their career. Like, way more than that have. In the same way, there've been bare players that leave Liverpool, leave Real Madrid. Those players don't really kick on to the next level because they're already at the pinnacle. My thing is this: Virgil's our club captain. Right. I don't see a world where we're trying to buy. Let's say we're trying to buy, I don't know, Elise. Yeah, because Rodri is considered the best DM in world football, rightly so. I think Elise right now is the best right winger in world football. I don't see a world where Liverpool are on the cusp of getting Elise and we go, we need to make space in the squad, so we're going to give someone Virgil van Dijk. We'd look at someone else in the squad who we look at as surplus to requirements, who we don't feel is good enough.
But
for
you know
our
what?
team.
We just got rid of Salah for financial reasons, Cal, and I think financial reasons is why they've let Araujo go.
They're trying to get Rodri in the door. They've got to make some movements, and I think they want someone else as well. They've obviously they brought in Adeyemi, and I think someone else as well. I don't think we can look too much at the sell because I think we always do this because we always feel like, why would Barcelona or Real Madrid ever let go of a player if they're good enough? That means that they must be trash. Doesn't always work out like that. Ozil's one. Alexis Sanchez is another. I hate to say it, but they both went to Arsenal. But they done well, like, for the time that they went there. Obviously, like, they done their thing. There's other players out there as well. I just think sometimes people need a fresh start. And Araujo's kind of spoken about the interest, and maybe he just wanted to leave that situation. He wanted to leave, whether it's a selfish thing, whether he feels like, you know what, I'm going to go to another club. I'm going to play first team football and show these men that they're idiots for loading me out. And I'll go back there and take the spot of whoever starting centre back is. We don't know his actual intentions. But I know our intention was to bring in an experienced defender that has played in Europe, obviously, at the highest level. I understand he's got injury concerns. I think the majority of the fan base would have probably preferred Zabani because he's played under Areola and got Prem experience. However, we don't know why that deal didn't materialize. We can only go with what we know. And what we know is we've signed Araujo. Let's give him a chance. And the one thing I will say, and this is where the only not the only negative, but the one glaring thing is, for me, even though I still feel like Araujo, I personally think is going to do well. I could be wrong. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work out. But Joe Gomez is probably the most injury-prone defender or player we have in the squad. And Araujo is basically a carbon copy of him. So it does baffle me. Like, I think what maybe would have helped the fan base more is if Gomez was sold or loaned out, we brought in Araujo to replace Gomez, like we were saying, Drift, and you said as well, Cal. And we brought in another. So this is where I'm a little bit confused. I have to be real. I'm a bit confused. However, I'm not gonna
So again, Matt, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
This again, I don't know what I have to say to not because
you got to ignore the idiots in the chat.
but I can't ignore it because. Shall I tell you what really pisses?
Hey,
again, I don't want to get into the whole. Shall I tell you what really pisses me off? And it's been pissing me off for a while, and I've let it go. But F it, I'm not in the mood now. Our channel has started to become labeled as a negative channel. And I know when it started from, and I don't want to get into it. But what really pisses me off is that we'll sit there, we'll be positive about so many things, and then we'll get told, you're being too positive, it's copium. But then when we ask...
That's what they say to me all the time, Cal.
No, but it pisses me off, Triff, because was I not the one who was sitting here with a robe and sunglasses last summer? That was me, innit? Was I not the one crashing out at 2 a.m. when we looked like we're getting Caicedo? Was that me as well?
Yeah.
Was I not the one who was going crazy when it looked like we're getting Zubimendi? Or did I not have the kids on camera when it looked like we might be getting involved with the Kvara-Scalia deal? Was I not the one going mental last summer when we signed Wirtz and Isak? So is it a case of, am I being negative, or am I just being not as positive as you want me to be, rather than asking questions? Because I'm literally asking questions. You're saying I'm leading with a negative thing, but if the roles were reversed and we loaned out Gomez, let's say we loaned out Joe Gomez to Barcelona, would most of the fan base not be going? And let's say we bring in, because Barcelona have just brought in a Laporte or someone, right?
Yeah. Have they got no? I think Barca want Laporte. I don't know if they've got him though. I don't know.
So let's say, for example, we loaned out Joe Gomez last summer and brought in Mark Gahey.
Yeah.
Would Liverpool fans not be sitting there going, "What a great deal"? Or would we be saying, "Why are we not keeping Joe Gomez"? Would they not be saying, "We're getting Mark Gahey, who's proven in the Prem and isn't like injury prone, but Gomez is injury prone, so that's why we're moving him on"? So yeah, Barcelona are kind of celebrating, but I understand why they're celebrating. Because if they feel as though they're getting rid of an injury-prone player in Araujo and bringing in a player who's just won the World Cup in Laporte, then I don't think they're celebrating because they think he's crap. I think they're just celebrating because they probably feel they're getting a better deal.
Mm.
And
No, I
again,
understand that, Carl.
mark him up. Joe Gomez isn't 27. How old's Joe Gomez, guys? What,
I think
29?
he's 29,
I think
maybe.
he's 29.
So
yeah.
2 years difference.
Yeah.
It's not like Joe Gomez is 36, 37. He's 29.
Yeah. I think,
But
Joe,
Cal, the thing, if you want to be negative, Cal, be negative, bro. Anyway, like I don't like.
no,
Forget
but it's not about being negative. No, it's not even about that. It's about speaking your mind.
No, I'm just saying, even if you want to be negative,
can I be real? Can I be real? Can I be real for a second, guys? Let me be real
It
for a
just
second.
annoys me that you can't have
There's a
open,
lot of
honest
people out
conversations
there
with people.
that say things to make the channel look a certain way. You see on Team Kopish, yeah, we say what we think. We don't care about nobody. Not care.
Not once
I
have
don't
anyone
care.
called him
Drift
crap.
don't care. Cal don't care. Yeah. When I want to say something, I'll say it. When Drift want to say something, he says it. When Cal want to say something, he says it. Bro, respectfully to everyone that's in the chat, and I know it's literally like 99% of you. You guys rock with us because we are honest and we give our honest opinions. Man don't do the whole, yeah, man's got to say this rare. We don't do none of that. None of that. So for all the people that disagree, that's fine. Disagree. The only thing I'll say is, though, just don't be rude, innit? I've got no problem. Drift's got no problem. Cal's got no problem if you disagree. That's absolutely fine. But let's just not be rude about if you disagree with someone's opinion. Do you get what I'm saying? And like I said, it's 99% of people that show respect. It's always the 1% or whatever.
And then on the other side of it, then, I don't want to see anyone from now on moaning about any signings we bring in. Whoever we sign from now on, you better smile and just be happy with whoever you buy them.
Be respectful.
Because you're not allowed to question it. Just smile, be happy, and shut up then.
You know that one. So
I'm always trying my best to look at it from the most positive that I can until there's a reason to be negative. Now, of course, there's going to be exceptions, right? I'm a hypocrite, just like every football fan. If we signed a player that I actually disliked, I'm just going to be off rip. Like if I heard Liverpool were buying Enzo Fernandez, you ain't telling me nothing about being positive. I am grilling you. I'm gunning him. Do you know what I mean? Like no one ain't tell me nothing. So I'm going to be a hypocrite by then saying that other people shouldn't do it if they have, because maybe they have a hate for Araujo. Maybe they hate him for some reason that they feel like I do about Enzo. But generally speaking, try and be positive about the player till the player gives you a reason to be negative instead of just off the rip. Like, you want to know how it is crazy how things can change as well? Do you remember initially when everyone heard Welbeck was going to Chelsea, everyone laughed their ass off for about 24 hours. And then after a while, people started realizing, actually, you know what? This ain't even a bad move, to be fair. This actually might help Chelsea. But initially, they just thought, you're Chelsea and you're buying old man Danny Welbeck, because everything just is always negative first. Do you get what I'm saying? Danny Welbeck's probably going to end up being a good signing for Chelsea. But I think he will. For 24 hours. For 24 hours, it was actually laughed at. Oh, my days. What the hell are Chelsea doing? They're gone mad.
Yeah, all that stuff. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, Araujo will show you in the first couple games, you know what? That's the reason why Liverpool wanted him. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Fitness,
and listen,
it is a concern.
If it doesn't work out, I'll be the first one to say, do you know what? I got it wrong in it. I thought that maybe Araujo would have done better than what he did last year.
No, but Matt, you haven't got it wrong. You haven't got it wrong because you didn't sign the player and you didn't you're not.
No, I know, but Joey is though. What you got to understand is though, Carl, because of the platform we have, everything we say is gospel, innit? It's gospel. If I say it, if you say it, you say it's gospel, innit?
No, but here's the thing, Matt. I've never once sat here and said the deal's not going to work out.
No, I know.
We're having a conversation about it.
People like to run with narrative, though. You know how the thing.
Like Matt, say for example, I said to you, Matt, what car are you getting? And you go, I might get an Alfa Romeo. I might go, do you know what, Matt? I've heard a few stories that they can break down. You know, that's not me saying the car's crap or I'm just saying, Matt, just look at the full picture and make a decision based off that. Once again, I reiterate, I don't think Ronald Araujo is crap. I think he's a very talented centre back. I'm happy he's signing for Liverpool, but my concerns are still there in terms of the injuries of the squad. If we go and get a Jed Spence, and I know that Araujo is only covering centre back, then it will put my mind at ease completely.
Yeah.
Completely. Yeah. But as of right now, I'm being told he's the hybrid centre back, right back, to come in and help a team that's riddled with injuries
Yeah, it's
and
mad.
he's not
When
shown
you
me
say
over
it
the
like
last
that, do you
few
know why
years.
it's mad?
He's not shown me over the last few years that he can stay injury free in a less intensive league.
He's the Uruguayan Joe Gomez, basically.
So check this, Matt.
So
When
he
Drifty
is.
said he wanted Onana,
Mm.
what did half the chat say?
Yeah,
What did half the
He's
chat
injury
say?
prone.
Injury
injuries,
prone.
innit?
So now I'm saying someone's injury prone. I'm negative.
Yeah. No, I hear it.
When I said I wanted, who did I say I wanted? But hold on. Here's a joke. How many times did I say I wanted Dembele to sign for Liverpool when he was at Barcelona?
Yeah,
What was
and
that
we
about?
were like, you're going mad with all them injuries. 100.
And what did I say? You're right, guys. How many times I say I wanted us to sign Pedro Neto? Cal, look at the injuries.
Riddled with injuries. Yeah.
I said, you know what, guys, you're right. The injuries are doing him in. I've never once spoke about Dembele's talent, never spoken about Araujo's talent, never spoke about Neto's talent. Injuries. I'm worried about it.
Ironically, Neto hasn't been injured since he got to Chelsea.
He hasn't, to be fair.
He's actually had like a pretty decent.
He has.
Stint.
And Dembele's been pretty much a lot better at PSG as well.
Yeah,
But
and
again,
don't get me wrong, they've managed his minutes. Like they've done well.
Managed to rotate it very well.
Yeah, yeah.
But my
yeah.
thing is
That's
this.
what I'm saying, man. If I hear tomorrow we're getting Zabani still, worry's over. Like, worry.
All right.
If after Araujo's coming in to be fifth choice centre back and play right back, perfect.
All right, let's go with what we know right now, guys. And that is Araujo is supposed to be the hybrid right back and centre back, yeah? I think I don't already know what you guys are going to say, but is that enough to get over the line? When I say get over the line, I'm talking be competitive and I don't know.
No, let's just do it with him, man. We're gonna win the league. So here's the crazy take for me, yeah.
Well, Araujo's going to go back to 3 years ago.
You lot are gonna. Do you know what? If he stays injury free, the partnership him and Virgil could form would be out of this world.
Do you know what I'm going to say as well? Do you know what I'm going to say as well quickly as well, Drift? If Araujo does a madness, I'm cussing everyone. I'm just letting you lot know. You know how I stay in it.
Toxicity,
Everyone.
I hear it.
It's calm.
I hear it. But here's something that I think is going to happen.
I don't want to hear that. You go.
This is something that I think is going to happen. And don't ask me why. It's just a feeling I have. Same reason everyone, like, has whatever, take they have. It's normally a feeling. After the first few weeks, once he's settled, he is fully over the little niggles and whatever and the injuries and stuff. I think Xhaka is going to be so fine that we're going to be like, what were we ever worried about? And again, it's not based off of fact. I just have a feeling that we're over panicking about Xhaka's ability to adapt and fit in. And I think he's just going to be fine. I'm not even going to lie. I think like by about November, we're all going to be like, what were we worried about? And
I think, about
Xhaka. And I think the main reason why I feel like I have that feeling is because I'm going to trust the manager enough that from whatever he's seen or whatever, he's like, yeah, this guy's going to work. And the scouting and why we paid for him and went and got him early is like, yeah, the kid's going to be the truth. Like, I have to have the faith in that those combined things are the reason he's here. Because I can't believe my club and my manager are stupid enough that this is a worrisome, injury-prone, talentless player that for us to be this panicked about what it's going to be like when he plays. Do you get what I mean? Because a lot of people just really feel panicked about Xhaka playing. I think we just have a little more faith that it'll work out with him.
All right. With Xhaka, this is where I probably align more with Carl. So me and Carl think Xhaka, and Carl, obviously feel free to chime in. Me and Carl think Xhaka is one hell of a signing. He's a talent. But I think what's happened is because Xhaka has replaced Ibu, some people are just propelling him to the top already. And I think you have to be mindful. And I think I spoke to you about this as well, Drift. Talent's there, but he's also hasn't got Premier League experience. He's also 20 years of age, and he's going to need a bit of time to adapt to the Prem, which is absolutely fine. Yeah, no one's not saying Xhaka is not going to be cold. I think Xhaka is going to be cold, bro. Trust me. But what people need to understand, in my opinion, is you have to allow the man to get used to the Prem. And it is a lot of pressure playing at Liverpool compared to Rennes. He's 60 million pounds. That's quite a lot of money for a centre-back. Like, can we just allow the man to play one pre-season game as well? Because here's another thing, Drift. When me and Kyle got corned for this, by the way, we said, again, Xhaka, He's a hell of a talent, but he hasn't even played one game yet. And people are already saying that, oh, listen, I'm telling you from now, he's better than Ibu. All right, cool. That's fine. Ibu's left. Don't really care about what Ibu's doing. Let him do what he's doing. Point being is, you're putting a lot of pressure for a 20-year-old centre-back to walk in and be Liverpool's starting centre-back. Name me a 20-year-old centre-back that won the league in the Prem. Name me one.
In his first season.
First season, just off the bat.
Off the back of an injury.
Just walked in. Everyone
remember
said,
though, a lot of people said that was the reason we couldn't win the league in Slot's first year. And Slot came in and adapted, and we won the league. It can happen.
I hear you, but literally, we've asked the question, like, name a 20-year-old centre-back who's come into the Prem and been a part of a title-winning team.
No, 20 years old is young for a centre-back. It is.
How about this? A centre-back that walked into the league, had a really bad game, and now people see him as our bad boy. Do you know what that is? Kuzanov. Yeah? But even he needed adaptation to the league. And everyone knows now Kuzanov is cold, but you still need that time in it. But again, Xhaka hasn't even played one preseason game. Not even one. So you see Newcastle's round the corner. I think it's like 2 weeks away. We have to be mindful of that as well. Remember the mistake Kuzanov made?
No, the first couple of games, people thought Man City were out of their mind paying for him. I remember.
And like he's fast, but he hasn't got no brain cells. That's what they said, you know.
And I think in a few years' time, he'll be one of the best defenders in the world. So, look at him now. Look, like I said, I understand the concerns about his availability, but I do think that we should just wait, see what go on, see if we do bring in another player. And I just think Xhaka will probably actually end up being a lot better in his first season and people are maybe worried. And I think we'll have a lot of like looking back and going, right, remember when we thought Xhaka wasn't going to be able to do this or wasn't going to be able to do that? And boom, you know what I mean? So
I'm not saying he can't do those things. I just don't want him to. I want Xhaka performing well to be a bonus rather than an expectation, Drew.
Yeah, I understand that. I don't think anybody's expecting it. I just think it will happen. Well, do you get what I mean? Like, I just think he's going to perform so well. People are going to be like, "Oh shit, what are we worried about?" I'm not.
I think we'll see the best of Xhaka from not this coming season, but the season after that.
Well, at his age, he's probably about 2 or 3 years away from showing up.
Yeah. Everyone needs a season, but I still no. Here's the joke though. I reckon
not just that. Remember, he's barely had a pre-season as well, so that's another.
I reckon Xhaka is gonna have some standout games, and he's gonna have some games where he's consistent. But do you want to know what? I'm not gonna crash out because it's what I expect, and it's okay. He's 20 years of age. He's learning a new league, and he'll get minutes under his belt, and he will get better and better and better. We didn't buy Xhaka. It's not like Araujo where we got you for 1 season, and when you might just dark out. Xhaka is actually like you signed for 6 years. You're supposed to like be here, get better, and turn into one of the best defenders in Europe while you are here. That's what he was brought in for. Do you get what I'm saying? So
it'll be interesting. It'll be very. I think Araujo will play next to Virgil for the first game to give Xhaka that little bit of a extra time and whatnot. And then I reckon by the time we get to that first international break, which is after 3 games, I believe, like we play 3 games and then we go to another dusty ass international break. I think by the time we get back from that international break, Xhaka would then start becoming the first team centre back. That's what I think.
You think he start ahead of Araujo? I
mean, if Araujo's playing really well, no. But if Araujo's just having a little bit of adaptation himself, and he hasn't been crap, he hasn't been amazing. Yeah, I kind of think he will bring Xhaka in and give him a try and then see what go on. And then if he proves himself, obviously, then he'll stay in the team. It's weird because I'm really concerned in one way, but I'm so optimistic in another. I feel very conflated from an hour-to-hour, day-to-day basis on how I feel about Liverpool. Sometimes I'm super excited. Sometimes I'm a little nervous. I'm like, it's the weirdest feeling in the world right now. What I'm going like, you see the first half yesterday. First half had me buzzing. Second half, okay. Like I'm up and down. It's a roller coaster at the moment. I don't exactly know where I actually am in you know what I mean. So yeah, I mean, I reckon all I need is them buying Barcola to be official, and I think you lot are going to see me go off the rails a little bit, if I'm being honest. Like, I think it's going to be silly season. You're not going to have to be reeling me back in, but like, come on, Jeff, man, I'm going to be talking about winning the league and all that. Because I'm just up and down. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm just up and down, up and down, up and down. So we will see in it. We will see.
All right, then. With that being said, let's move on to the next
But welcome
topic.
to Liverpool, Araujo. It's a brotherhood over here.
Come on. All right, then. Let's speak about the next topic, and that is the consortium involving Jeff Bezos and
Big up Saint in the building as well. Big up, chat.
Big up Saint each and every time. Listen, the deal looks like it's edging closer. It looks like now this is actually the reality. I think before it was speculation. I think even Sky said, you know what, there's been talks, doesn't mean that anything's going to happen. Sky have come out today, or one of the people from Sky have said, listen, this deal is very close. There could be an announcement next week. And the reports are also, it might be more than the 30% stake that people originally thought. What's your thoughts on that one, guys?
What do you mean? We're gonna have to get ready for Anfield Prime. Cal, I don't think I spoke to you about this. If they invested enough money into the team that we could start going and buying the Elises of the world, yeah, would you be all right selling our soul that we'd actually rename Anfield to do it?
Oh, I don't think we will rename Anfield.
Couple man in the fan base said they don't give a damn about it. You know, I was kind of shocked.
I don't think we'll rename Anfield.
No.
But what if it was going to give the team like £500 million across 3 years for the stadium rights to be renamed or something like that?
Are you talking like a Spotify Barcelona?
Yeah, like we actually changed the name of Anfield.
That.
What we saying? Like it wouldn't be called Anfield no more. But now we can afford the league day.
Primefield.
I think the only way that happens is if we build a new stadium, which again I don't see that happening either.
Cal, can you put it past an American billionaire owner to not come in and just do what he wants?
No, but again, this is what we got to be careful of, Drift. It's not just him by himself. It's a consortium. There's a reason there's a consortium. It's not just him by himself. It's him, Amit Bhatia,
consortium that
Eduardo
did well?
Saverin.
Did well.
When was the last consortium that did well?
I wouldn't say done. When you say done well.
FSG is effectively a consortium.
No, but remember, they're like a consortium within an entity. These are like totally separate companies all coming together. Do you know what I mean? Like this is like what Chelsea did to like what the guys did to buy Chelsea, like Blue Lake and all that, right? Do you get what I mean? Like it's a little bit like Man United, what's going on now, where they've got like the whole Rackers coming in. Like does it really work? When was the last time like remember, Arsenal didn't start winning until Kroenke got full control and it wasn't a consortium anymore. Like Man City isn't a consortium. Like let's be real. When was the last time loads of different people all coming together actually worked?
Well, effectively, if this consortium gets full control, they would have all been on the same page in the lead up to it, right? So I believe that Amit Bhatia is the one who's heading this up, but he's the one who's actually basically getting these guys all together to basically buy into this consortium, right? So you kind of got to trust it. I mean, Bhatia is a football guy. That is one thing that puts my mind.
Didn't he like have something to do with QPR?
Yeah.
How did that work out? Do you know? I actually don't know. So I don't.
From what I've read, from what I've read about, they do love him. The majority love him, but
okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
And again, I'm not saying it won't work. I'm just saying I'm not gonna lie. I am skeptical about just super billionaires who don't even like football seeing a market opportunity or a money grab and getting involved. Like again, maybe I'm just trying to be the ever old-fashioned, like thinking, you know, fairy tale. Somebody buys a club who loves the club and has all supported the club. Yeah, maybe I'm just living in a fairy tale world with that scenario. But I do not like the idea of people buying a club for only business reasons with no passion for the football. I don't like that. I really don't like that. I want people who actually care more about winning than they do about business, and then the business falls into place as it will. I don't want them coming in here just seeing us as a way to just start promoting this and doing that and being they're going to sell it for 15 billion in 5 years. And I don't want none of that. Honestly,
I think there
don't
has
like
to be.
the
I
idea
think there has
of
to
all
be a
of
happy medium drift. I think you've got to meet somewhere in the middle where you win stuff, but they're also going to do what they want to do to build their profile.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
you would hope so. Yeah, 100%.
All right,
You would
so
hope so.
just let you guys know. So the consortium, including Jeff Bezos, needs 1.5 billion deal to buy minority stake in Liverpool. An announcement on the deal is expected to follow over the next week. Despite the financial resources that Liverpool would appear to be able to tap into, the club will not suddenly be able to spend whatever it wants on new players in the transfer market. For example, the Premier League's SCR financial regulations limit the spending of top flight clubs to 85% of their football-related revenue and net profit / loss from player sales. In addition, those who play in European competition, as Liverpool invariably do, must fall in line with UEFA 70% cap. They are not suddenly going to sign Kylian Mbappe out of the source. One thing I will take from that is this. No one didn't say we can't buy the best players eventually. They're just saying right this second. So
Yeah, it was never going to happen straight away.
No, exactly. And do you want to know something? I reckon there's going to be a lot of people that won't like this deal, and there'll be people that do like the deal. There's going to be people that's going to be like, you know, if we can get the Mbappes of this world somewhere down the line, and there's going to be some people that's like, they don't want to sell their soul, so to speak, and keep the values. What side are you guys on? It's like, it's one of them things where it's like, do you want Amazon on front of the Liverpool shirt and you can buy any player, or do you still want Standard Chartered or whatever, and you're still working within the means and like you're doing the underdog thing? What side are you guys on?
I just don't like
The
anybody
Liverpool way.
I just I'm glad that the other guy who's heading up the whole thing from QPR is a football man. That gives me just a little bit of happiness in terms of hopefully he'll be the one who goes, no guys, that wouldn't work from a footballing point of view. Let's try this, rather than just letting people, because remember, we've had this happen to us not only with FSG, even though they did do a brilliant job from a business point of view. We had American owners who came in Hicks and Gillette and had all these dreams and whatever, and then realized it wasn't possible. They didn't love Liverpool. They didn't care about football, and it just went wrong. I just don't want people here who don't want to win. I know it's a bad example because of how it ended, but Roman Abramovich had one mission, and it wasn't to make Chelsea profitable. It was to win and to dominate football, and he did it for 20 years. That is what I want. I want an ownership who want to dominate, and then they're just so good at business that it goes and runs parallel with it, and the club just runs brilliantly, smoothly, you know what I mean? I don't want people coming in who don't care about football. I just don't. Like, imagine if I told you, look, I'm going to buy a snooker club or something like that. You'd be like, you don't really care about snooker, bro. And I'm gonna make some money though, innit? Yeah, it's kind of like that. Do you know what I mean? You look, why are you buying a snooker club? You're not in it like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, cool. Like, that's what it feels like with these guys who don't watch football and don't like football. It's like, why are you buying it if you don't even know about it?
I think that's a different example, though, just because effectively,
like, does Jeff Bezos even know who Mo Salah was?
Well, you'd like to think so, but again, if you're buying a football club, I think the notion is that you're not buying it to make a profit, because football clubs don't make profit. Like,
I don't know, brother.
What owners bought a club and made profit?
Well, when I say I don't necessarily
FSG.
I don't. Well, yeah, when they sell up, look how much profit
they
sell
up
for 300 mil. The club is now worth, is it 4.5?
And all right, so Cal, maybe in that scenario, it might be I'd have to tweak it a little bit, but like, you know what? Maybe not from a business opportunity to make money, but they just want a portfolio build. Now they want to just show off. They know Liverpool's one of the biggest clubs in the world. Look, we own it. Yeah, but what do you do about? We own it, innit? Do you know what I mean? Just so they can flex. I don't know, bro. I just don't want Liverpool to be not. I just want everything to be about Liverpool being successful and not just what you get out of it or how good it makes you look to own it or any of that. I actually just want it to be you want to win. It is about winning, and whatever it takes to win is what you're willing to do.
But what makes you think these guys aren't coming in to try and win?
They could be. But that's what I'm worried about because they're not. Most of them aren't football people, so that's just my concern.
The main guy heading it up.
The main guy,
and that's why I said I'm really. He's the only one who's. He's the only one. That's what I said. He's the only one who gives me a sense of like,
famous,
okay,
isn't it?
cool.
He's the most famous, but
so. But then even with that, I still think to myself a little bit. Even though it seems like they really loved him at QPR, he didn't even get them back in the Premier League. So you still think, I hope you're good at your job. Like, it's one thing to like you, but I still hope you're good at your job because he didn't get QPR back in the Premier League.
He also didn't have Jeff Bezos and these guys behind him in the Consortium.
No, I know, but you get my point. Like,
different level of finance.
We just have to weigh up from both angles. Do you get what I'm saying? That's all. So I'm not even super negative about it, but I'm not super positive about it either.
So basically, just on the fence. Carl, what about you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am.
What about you? Are you on the? We still got to do things the right. When I say the right way, I'm gonna say.
I was gonna say, what is the right way now?
Shall I say the right way? Shall I be real? David Moores, Rick Parry. You work within your means. You go Portugal, you try to get Samal, they throw tomatoes at your face, you walk away. Obviously, RIP to David Moores as well, but you get the premise though in terms of like, we had a budget or we wouldn't go above and beyond. We just worked within the means of what we could do. Whereas maybe on the other side, you've got teams that are willing to take a financial risk, and if it pays off, it works. Where do you sit, Cal? Are you on the old school way of like, there's a way how to do things? Liverpool have always been this way traditionally, or are you more like now, guys? Football, everything's changed, just like how the world is. Like everything's changed, everything's more expensive. We need to move with the times. What side are you on, Cal?
Moving with the times. The reason why we weren't winning for such a long time is because we were stuck in the old mindset. We have to move with the times. If everyone else is moving in a certain way, I'm not saying you have to replicate them, but you have to be able to put yourself in a position where you can compete and better them. So we have to move forward with what's going on with football. Like effective, and we have moved forward with the times. Like we bought Florian Wirtz and Isak last summer. Like that's moving forward with the times. We bought Alisson for a record fee. We brought Van Dijk for a record fee. We've moved forward with the times. It's just that it seems like football is now going to the next level where back when we got Virgil van Dijk and Alisson, they were seen as creme de la creme. So the money you're spending then didn't seem crazy or as crazy. Now you're in a world where, no disrespect to the players, but Elliot Anderson is going for record-breaking money. So football has changed, and we have to get on board with that, or else we are going to get left behind. It's just one of those.
Stadium change would be considered doing that, though, Carl. So you got to draw a line sometimes. You know what I mean?
All right, so here's my thing with the stadium change.
Would you do what Barca did? Spotify Nou Camp. I'll give you an example. If they said they're going to give us, I'm just giving an example. Let's say I was able to get 100 million a season for a season or something. Would you be like, yeah, let's run it? Or would you be like, nah, nope, not changing no name. It's got to be Anfield. Done. Yeah, forget that. What are you saying?
It's a tricky one. Obviously, we all love Anfield, right? And in an ideal world, you keep Anfield and you just keep extending it. But if there's no room to extend it, it's like if you have a house. I'm in this situation now. We have a house. We ended up having another child. I'd love to extend this house, but ultimately, I'm probably going to have to buy a new house with more rooms. I love this house, but
Cal, do you know when it would be different, though? If you'd have had that house passed down to you from 3-4 generations, you wouldn't sell it. Because you would still understand. You would still understand. There's like that kind of like nostalgic.
No, I hear that, but I might have to sell it to accommodate the space for my children, though, Drew.
I still think you'd be like, nah, grandma gave it, great grandma gave it to great grandma, and just it's got to stay a Sanderson house. You get what I mean? Like I can't imagine you just being like, you know what, just gotta. I'm not saying you wouldn't move, but I don't think you would sell it. Maybe rent it out or something. But do you know what I mean? If
I ain't got the money to rent out, I'm gonna have to sell it and buy something new.
I mean, a house is such a like where you're gonna live thing. So it's like a lot more of like it's a gotta be thing. But just when it comes to the stadium name and stuff, I'm still a little bit like it's just Anfield, man. Maybe I'm just old fashioned. Like I don't want to be going to the Spotify Arena. Just because we get extra 100 mil a year.
No, it'll be the Anfield. It'll be the Amazon Arena. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I'm like, it needs to be Anfield, man. And maybe I am just old fashioned. I don't know.
So what if they call it New Anfield? Would that be a problem?
No, but
Is
that
it
wouldn't
what-
make sense because that's
No.
got nothing to
It's
do
got
with
to be the
the
Amazon
sponsor.
Arena.
Remember, the
It's got to be
sponsor's name's
something
got to be in it.
different
Cal.
for it
So,
to kind
so
of.
what? So
Emirates,
what is it?
Etihad, like you've got to name it after the company, innit?
No,
Amazon Prime Arena. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
what-
Spotify
it'd be the
so what is
Amazon
so,
Prime
so is
Arena,
it
yeah.
the name? Is it the name that you wouldn't want, or is it the new stadium you wouldn't want? Which one?
No,
out
it
of
was
two is
the
it?
name I wouldn't. I can actually understand if you build a new stadium because it's come to the point where that's what it is. But you can't rename the historic building.
All right
that
then.
is
All right then. What's this?
ingrained in your history. That's the part I got. a
Everyone's
problem
thinking
with.
about expanding Anfield. What if they said right now we're going to build a 100,000 seater and we're going to call it the Amazon Arena? Are you guys cool with that?
If it's a different building, that's what it is. That's football. But you can't rename where we are now.
No, but if they said a new arena, just like when Arsenal left Highbury and it's the Emirates, would you guys be cool with it being called the
You know,
Amazon Arena?
No, not
but it's
when
got
it's the old-
100,000 people.
I'm all right with the new stadium, but I'm not all right with you changing Anfield. So if we move to a new stadium, then fine. It's a new stadium. Everything's a fresh
But that
start.
stadium kind of gets done with, innit? Because look at Highbury, like it's done now, innit? So
Yeah. No, but I reckon there's a lot of Arsenal fans that miss Highbury and kind of wish they
no,
were
of
there
course they
still.
do, but
You
it's
know what I mean?
done.
But at least they didn't have the same place, Highbury, and then call it the Emirates. Because then it would have been like, this ain't the Emirates. This is Highbury. Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't, like, what the hell? Like, why am I, like, just don't rename Anfield. Anfield, it is steeped in Liverpool history. That is Anfield. Don't be calling it no Amazon Prime Arena just to get a little extra. Sometimes it ain't, you know what I mean? It's a selling your soul thing a little bit. Like,
In a
everything
selfish
ain't
way,
about money, man.
from
Yeah,
a selfish standpoint, I'd rather them try and build a better traveling infrastructure to and from the stadium than renovate the stadium at the moment. I think that's a big thing for the club at the
That
moment.
would probably be really helpful. You're right.
Like
actually.
traveling to and from the stadium, especially for people who haven't been there before, is pretty difficult. Especially after matches, you ain't getting cabs and bus and all that. It's a long walk back to the station. If they can find a way of building a better infrastructure for traveling, I think that might be the better thing to do right now.
Cal, do you know
Like,
how easy it is? Like, if they really wanted to, yeah, and they actually went out into the streets and realized how difficult it can actually be, exactly how you're explaining it. You know, they really could just on game days have about 10 buses on a rotation, 5 going in one way, 5 going the other, constantly for about 2 hours before the game up to kickoff. But that'll be so easy for them to actually, you're right, you come out of Lime Street and there's just buses that leave every 5-10 minutes in intervals. And you just get on it for free if you show you've got a ticket to the game. And it's just like like how airports have the, like, what do you call it, system? The shuttle. Like, that is what they should do. Like, honestly, like, that would not even be difficult.
You're talking about to Anfield?
Yeah, when you come out of Lime Street Station,
right.
there should be a shuttle run.
All right,
that
hate
can
to
just-
break it to you.
That's not just the Liverpool. That's just
All right,
not a
guys.
Liverpool thing. That's to do with
All
the
right.
council and all that as well.
I was gonna say, hate to break it to you, the council had an issue when we done main stand, and had an issue when we done Anfield Road End. I promise you now, anything else we try and do,
What, just running the free shuttle bus?
bro, it's the council. There's bare problems. I'm not saying it's
What
definitive.
kind of
Like
they
Liverpool-
Everton fans or
No,
something?
hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's definitive that Liverpool can't expand, but it wouldn't shock me that if these new owners.
Oh
get
no,
told-
not the expansion. I get that. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, because that's about property lighting and no. I'm talking about just running a shuttle bus. to
Oh,
help
you just talking about
people.
it with the new stadium thing.
No. You see, Anfield, like what Cal just
Bruv,
said.
you're not
Help
doing that
fans get to the
at
stadium
Anfield,
when you
bro.
come out of the train station, because it can be, especially if you've never been there before. You're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
where do I go and all that. So just run a shuttle bus system for 2 hours before and after the game. Bro, remember how long it took us to get to the station after that game that time?
Yeah.
We missed the bus. Do you remember? Because we was doing a little bit of filming. Bro, how long did it take us to get
I
back to
hear
the
it.
station? We
I would
nearly
like
missed
to
the
think-
train, bro.
I would like to think like that could be a play in it. I just don't know. Do you know what it is? I could just see in my mind, like already, like it's not gonna happen overnight. It'll take time, obviously, but like when they eventually, if this deal does go through, eventually take full control, something in my mind that says they're gonna want to get like a new stadium. And here's the thing: you see how even like Spurs, everyone talks about how Spurs got one of the greatest stadiums in Europe. When they start saying things like that and doing better than that, and then we've got one of the arguably like the best arena in the world. But the problem is your morals will be conflicted. So when they call it Amazon Arena or Amazon Prime Arena, whatever it's called, but it's got state of the art everything. The ground goes underneath. Like if you want to host stuff like that, when that happens, it's gonna be interesting to see how the fan base reacts. I could just see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
gonna be something.
A new stadium, and I'm here for it, Matt. It's a new start, a new entry into the history books. That's how it goes. I've got no problem with that. Just don't rename Anfield. While we're still at Anfield, don't rename Anfield. It's steeped in history. If I told you that all of a sudden, after all this time, no, don't call me Drift anymore. Call me Billy. You'd be like, you've about what? Be like, yeah, I'm Billy now. Why? Because some girl that I'm with now just wants me to be called Billy, so she's paying me to be called Billy. Like, if any of you lot call me Billy, she's going to stop paying me. So you man just need to call me Billy.
That's a whole nother lane still.
Yeah, but it's the sugar mama thing, innit? This is a sugar daddy thing. Just let man come in and just change up names and all this.
It's not that because it's... You could effectively stay where you are and bring in more revenue, innit? Because you're selling the rights, innit? So you could bring in more revenue. Because effectively, I think that's what
she's paying me to be called Billy now, Kel.
No, but effectively, the reason why it seems like FSG are looking to start moving away from Liverpool is they've exhausted all avenues, innit? In terms of what they can do to bring in revenue. So the next step, then there needs to be a next step, and this might be the next step.
Cal, let me ask you this thing, because I don't think we spoke about this. So during the World Cup, we realized that with a 60,000 seater stadium, if you charge £300 a ticket, you make like 200 million on match day or something like that. What would you say if the club implemented for 6 games at home against the top 6 teams, or 5 games at home against the top 6 teams, that those exclusively were £300 tickets? And if it meant the regulars didn't go, but the club made £1 billion that season by just increasing the ticket prices in them 5 games, that would be legit profit that would actually be allowed to be spent however the club wanted. Would you say that was scandalous, or would you be like, well, the club's going to benefit from it?
I'd say it's stupid because we won't fill out the stadium.
Cal, I promise you, especially people coming from abroad, if the tickets are £300 for just a select amount of games, you would get people from all around the world who would pay that £300 and the stadium will be full. We're Liverpool Football Club, Cal.
Yeah, and Liverpudlians will shut that crap down.
No, I get that there'll be an outcry from that, but what I mean is,
how would you feel? Outcry drift. They will shut.
How would you feel from a morals point of view that the club now had £1 billion extra every season, that now we can go and do what we want? We can, because it would all be legit money. We could actually go and pay 300 mil for Mbappe.
No, you can only spend a certain amount, though. You see the way our PSR is, it's kind of like...
Yeah.
No, Matt, that would be legit £1 billion profit that you made legit.
Listen,
you'd be allowed to spend at least half of that.
It would never happen. People legit, even if they could afford it, most people wouldn't do it just out of principle.
I reckon for 5 games a season, they would absolutely get away with it.
All right, Drift. Your favorite chocolate bar? What's your favorite chocolate bar?
Ferrero Rocher.
Ferrero, yeah, of course it is. Let's say Ferrero Rocher. The case for Ferrero Rocher is like...
I was going to say something, but it is so mad if I say it.
Let's say for like 8 Ferrero Rocher, like £5.
Ferrero Rocher is about £4 for like the average box, like about £4, £4.50, something like that. Yeah.
Now you could afford to buy those Ferrero Rochers for £14. But if you saw those Ferrero Rochers for £14, you're not going to buy it. Not because you can't afford it, but just out of principle, Drew. You're not going to buy it. You're going to go...
No, but remember, I'm not going to have any benefit out of paying that much. I'm just losing money. Whereas paying £200 for a ticket means Liverpool can buy a lease. So at the end of it, I actually get something out of it.
We could buy a lease now, Drew. Don't be fooled.
No, but what I mean is, Cal, it would mean that we'd become that club where like, and the only reason I even say that, I don't think they should do this, by the way, but I reckon a lot of owners and a lot of people in football looked at how much money was made across the World Cup, and they're starting to consider how much more they can make if they put their prices up, because that is a legit way to make legit profit. Cal, you know the final made over £1 billion because there were tickets that were £15,000. Now, obviously, that's extreme, but they made £1 billion on one game from gate receipts, Cal.
Because every
One
4
match,
years,
bro. I think these clubs are going to start thinking about it.
He would have been in trouble still if I said that. He'd be in trouble. But I read the room. Yeah, be careful. You know?
That is like that has no, like, yeah.
I know. Imagine out of context saying that. It's mad.
Yeah.
Out of context. Out of context, but yeah.
And if it happened, by the way, I'd be outraged if they did it. But I just think they're going to start looking at these things and thinking, you know what? There's just 5 games. And you know, that's how they'll manipulate us, guys. It'll be Man U at home. It'll be Arsenal at home. It'll be Chelsea at home. The games they know you don't want to miss. So as much as you're angry and you're ready for a crash out at the absolute nerve of it, I can't miss Liverpool at home to Man United when we're in a title race. Do you get what I mean? Like they will find ways to manipulate the fam, or they'll leave the cot normal, Cal. But you see the other 3 stands, they'll be £300, £400 a ticket. They'll find ways around it. I promise you, bro.
What makes us think that they're going to automatically come in and try and do this stuff, though?
Oh no, I'm not having a go.
No, it's gonna take time, bro.
I'm not even saying you're having a go in your own drift, but I'm saying if it's a fan thing where we think they're gonna come in and they're gonna have to spend bare money, but in order to spend bare money, they're gonna have to sell the soul of the club potential or do some stuff that's messed up. They might not want to rock the boat, bro. Like, let's be real. They might come in and be like, we're learning about Liverpool. We don't want to rock the boat here. So we don't want to change too much too soon. We want to make small incremental changes that yield a lot of profit or yield a lot of benefit for the club. I don't think they'll come in and make big changes, even when it seems like they're looking to acquire 100% eventually. I just don't think we'll go down that route, because I also think they know that they're buying a club that is not has got a fan base that, you know, ain't gonna take no crap. Like Amit Bhatia being the head of this consortium makes me really think that this isn't just something that's a project or a plaything. This is something serious, and this would have been behind the scenes. This would have been going on for months behind the scenes.
Bro,
we're just hearing about it now.
I absolutely hope so, and you could be right. Like I said, I'm just on the fence. I think it could go either way. I just like the idea of somebody being a proper football guy. And that's why that guy does give me a little bit more confidence. Because maybe if the other guys say, let's do something silly, he would be like, oh, no, guys, from a football point of view, that doesn't make any sense. And they'll be like, okay, and they'll listen to him. Do you get what I mean? So that's what I hope, which makes it way better than what went on at Chelsea's example, where the head of that consortium doesn't know about football, and he thought he could come in and do bare crazy stuff, and it was like, bro, that doesn't work. And now look, Chelsea are trying to like undo the craziness of the first 2-3 years of what he was just on a madness or whatever. So yeah, I hope like having somebody who knows football will mean that we don't go down that road of just silly season. We'll see, man. We'll see. I just don't think it's amazing, and I don't think it's crap. I'm somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. No, first. All right then. Last but not least, let's
man, it's Curly Whirly's bang, bro. Freddo's bang. I've never said I don't like any of those.
Freddo's, you know, they're old.
In fact, you know what? I could have just as much have said peanut M&M's, Cal, when you asked my favorite, because peanut M&M's ain't far behind Ferrero Rocher. Like, I love.
You think they're better than the one with the blue packet? Is that the chocolate chip?
The crunchy ones. Now the crunchy ones slap, but yeah, peanut M&M's is elite. It's elite, bro. Yeah.
Fairs. All right then, guys. Last but not least, well, you know who we're gonna speak about? We're gonna speak about the one and only Bradley Barcola. And I'm just trying to find the tweet now. But while I find the tweet, Fabrizio has said that there's been a green light on personal terms. So it looks like it's another step in the right direction for the pursuit of Bradley Barcola. Guys, we have spoken about Bradley Barcola for probably about 5-6 weeks now. Every minute is like a slight change.
It's going to be the most anticlimactical signing if it does happen, in terms of we're so bored of hearing about him now.
Like, guys, another thing that's happened with Barcola, agreed personal terms, it would look like, does this deal finally get done? And if so, when do you think it happens?
Final week of the window.
Well, I'm waiting to see what happens when they sign Mika Goats. They've is it who's the one they already have? Is it Ferran Torres or Akliouche?
They got Akliouche and they're in negotiations with Barca for Ferran Torres, and they're also in negotiations for Mika
I think
Goats.
once they get those over the line, I think then we'll start to see movement. My only issue is if PSG don't lower the fee, are we going to walk away from the deal? Because I think that is a very real possibility as well. But
they want 170 million euros.
If you put me on the spot, I think we get him if you put me on the spot. If I had to put money on it, I'd believe there's more chance we get it done than not getting it done. And if we don't, then
I tell you what, me and Matt was talking. What's his name again? The Ajax winger, Matt?
Mika Goats.
I'll be honest with you. If we don't get Barcola, pivot to that, brother. He looks cold.
He's good.
There's a reason PSG are buying him, innit? Like, he's cold at you. Well, he looks
very
cold,
good, talented player. Do you know what? I think it's as simple as once PSG get Ferran and Mika Götze, the Barcola deal gets done. It wouldn't even surprise me if there's some type of like gentleman's agreement, but Liverpool are just letting PSG get their players in, and then they will just finally just settle on whatever they need to get sorted. Because there's no way we've been in negotiations with one club and one player for so long just to go last week of the window. Yeah, do you know what? We're going to pivot to someone else. That's madness. And that will be panicking at its highest. We have to get this deal done, in my opinion. And I think we will, but it's going to require patience. And it kind of, in my opinion as well, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, it relies on PSG. I'll give you an example. Worst case scenario. If PSG don't get Mika Götze, but they do get Ferran Torres, I think it could still happen. But let's say they don't get none of them. I feel like PSG will stick to their valuation, 170 million euros, which is 145 million pounds. Liverpool aren't willing to go that high. I think that deal just doesn't happen. I think a lot of it relies on PSG.
Yeah, but bro, man, that'll be like meeting a girl on a night out, taking care of her all night, buying her drinks all night, and then at the end of the night, you go home, you'd even get a number. That's madness.
It happens.
But can I say
if you're a mug, yeah.
Well, here's this.
Or maybe the girl's just not on it.
You know, we got previous, innit?
Was happy for the.
You know, we got previous though, innit? You might have forgetting. You might have forgetting we got previous.
If you're still buying drinks and the vibe is clearly not there, then more fool you,
brother. You're acting like we got previous. Mark Guehi was the same thing. Palace.
No, bro. Mark Guehi was Palace. Palace pulled the plug on that. That wasn't us, bro.
They wanted a replacement, remember?
No, but what I'm saying is we agreed the fee the player was going to sign, and Crystal Palace pulled the plug. That wasn't us pulling the plug.
Yeah, but did they get the replacement on the line at the time, though? My guy, man.
No, they didn't.
No. Remember, it's the right and centre back that went to West Ham instead of going to.
That's it. Remember, because Igor pulled that the Brazilian centre back.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't sign that. That made him a big say on what happened with the way he did. In my opinion, it did. All because of Igor. I was gonna say something else, and I had to remember where I was and what time it is. But
yeah.
Igor.
I think we get it done. You know what? I kind of don't care how much we got to do to get it done at this point. If he's a player that we feel is the player to take us into the future, then just get it done, innit? It's not my money.
Not my money. But you know what, though, Kyle? You say it's not your money. Are you willing to allow PSG to mug us off if we do have to agree 145 million pounds? Which, let me put into context before you say anything, he will be Liverpool's highest, obviously, record signing. But not only that, he'll be the third highest in world football, only behind Mbappe and Neymar. Is Barcola worth that money, even though it's not your money?
He's not worth the money, no, but at the same time, I don't think we'll know whether he's been mugged off or not until we see him at the club for a couple of years. A lot of people thought we got mugged off with Virgil van Dijk for 75 million, and then we were the ones laughing at the end of a year or two time. We'll only know if he's worth the money or not after a couple of years, in my opinion.
Yeah. And this is when we can perfectly circle back round and see how life is to when Cal asked me if I pay £15 for the Ferrero Rocher when I know they're normally £4.50. Because you know what? If I was on my way home after forgetting to get my girl something for Valentine's Day and I'm meeting her in half an hour, if those Ferrero Rocher cost £15, I'm paying £15.
Gosh.
I'd buy another chocolate.
Brother. Paying £15 for Ferrero Rochers is mental.
To make my girl happy, I'm paying the £15, bro.
But at that point, actually, no, let me not even say that because there's kids.
I know. Do you know? All jokes aside, let's be real. We've all overpaid for our partners at some point.
100%. But there's a level, though. There's a, you know, look like you go. You know what, bro? I overpaid a bit. You might go. Your brother might go. What? You paid that much? But it's not a thing where a man looks at you and goes, brother.
I really wish I never said Billy. Now you know the chat's never gonna let this shit go.
No. Wait there. Mr. Cam Jason, Charles game Fredos.
Do you know how diabolical it would be?
To give back in the day.
You cannot give the Mrs. Fredo for Valentine's. That's diabolical, bro. It's got to at least be Fortons or you know, or Galen or Lint. Man can't be coming up with no Cadbury Fredo.
Morgan's guy.
Morgan's
I'm ready. I'm ready. Morgan.
Morgan's
family each and every time. No,
all jokes. Like, I know there'll be sections of the fan base where like we pay too much for him, and I'm not even mad at those people. I just have a difference of opinion. I at this point, if we can't get Kvara or Vinny Jr. or someone of that ilk, then for me the next caliber of player is your Bradley Barcola. Just pay the money. If you're telling me we're not going to get him, but in January we maybe can get a Rodrigo if he comes back to full fitness or someone like that, then I might be like, okay, fair enough. But as of right now, if he's the player we want to play left wing, then just go and get him.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, someone else will.
I think I probably would crash out a little bit if they spent £170 million on him.
Oh, we don't go that high. We're not going.
Then I'd be like, no, that's mad.
I mean, it's 170 million euros, 140.
No, I'm saying if they spend 170 million
pounds, though.
I've not seen 170 million pounds.
But 170 million pound will be like 200 million euros. So I'm saying
no. Their valuation is 170 million euros.
No, I'm telling you, there's an amount I would crash out at. So even though I'm agreeing with Cal saying just pay the money, I'm saying, but there would be an amount where I'd be like, no, hold a minute, what the hell was that all about? So if we spend like 170 million pound, then I'd be like, nah, what the hell are we doing? Like, that's absolute madness. But at 170 million euros, Matt, which is around £145, I can't lie, bro. If this is who we want, just do it. Like, if this is who we want, you'd hope we wouldn't have to pay that much. But honestly, if this is who we want, then just do it, man.
Yeah.
No, I hear it. Also, big at the chat as well. Make sure you smash the like button. Right now, there's over 1,200 people on YouTube. Make sure you smash the like button. We really appreciate that. Let's get them likes up. Also, there's over 300 people watching on X. If you could retweet that, like it, you don't know the settings. And there's actually more people on Twitch as well. Normally we have about one person or maybe even 3. There's now 5. So make sure you support the channel. We would really appreciate that, guys. So our content can reach people that maybe haven't seen it. You know them ones. And also, we're gonna get onto the supers in a minute. I do apologize. We're gonna get onto that in a minute. It's just that the conversation's been flowing. I didn't want to interrupt the guys, and I promise you, I will read out all the supers. Don't worry, I got you. What are you gonna say, Carl?
Can I just ask you guys a question before we do supers?
Yeah.
If there's 2 options here, let's say I said, all right, we can get Barcola for 145 mil. Or we don't pay that amount, we keep Gakpo for another year, and then next summer we try and get another left winger. What would you guys do?
Wait, say that again.
So if you can, we can either just throw 100. Let's call it a round number, 150 mil for Barcola, or the other option is we keep Gakpo for a year, and then in January or next summer we try and get another left winger.
No,
what would you guys do?
No.
There'll be way too much uncertainty, Cal, on whether it would happen, who it would be. I'd be like, nah, just grab the option that's there now. Like if they tried to like sell the fan base, "Oh, be Kvaratskhelia, and we reckon we can pull it off."
Yeah,
That's a whole year,
and it's not even guaranteed.
Yeah, it's a whole year.
No
of anxiety,
pre-contract
and if it
agreement like
doesn't
back in the
happen,
day.
then,
Harry
you know what I
Kill
mean?
settings.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you remember,
nah,
Harry Kill.
nah.
Remember the pre-contract thing?
Cal, do you know the only time I would do
Nah.
it? The only time I would do it is if Kvaratskhelia signed now. We just had to wait a year, but it was done. It was already a Liverpool player and it was signed. Then I will say, run me gap hole for the year. But if it's up in the year and we still don't have a guarantee, nah, just get me Barcola now.
The only way that's happening is if Bezos and them man walk in the door right now and they said, we're going to make a statement signing. And they said, we'll pay whatever it takes to get Kvaratskhelia out of PSG. Other than that, go and get Barcola. Because it ain't happening.
You know the crazy thing as well? I reckon they'd let
Sorry,
him go.
Jeff, one second, Jeff. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Liverpool are not buying no centre midfielders because they put all their eggs in one basket. They're going to get Jude Bellingham. That's why we're not signing midfielders. Remember? Jude Bellingham. It's going to cost Liverpool 80 million. Rare. Liverpool. We got the money. Rare. It's all good. Liverpool. Yeah, the operation for Jude Bellingham just seemed way too expensive when we've got other areas of the squad to sort out. Liverpool go and buy a bunch of midfielders. We've seen that story so many times.
To be fair, though,
I'm not hearing that story again. I'm not here for it. I'm just
no. But Matt, let's be real.
I'm not here for it, bro.
That story had a happy ending.
I mean,
we won the title, bro.
Watch this though. We won the title.
That midfield was one of the reasons we won the title.
Endo finished. Gravenberch, everyone hates him. Soboslai, people think he's overpaid.
No, but now you're going way too. Like I'm just saying.
I'm talking about now. I can only talk about now. McAllister, everyone wants him gone, midfield, and he's gone for a hair transplant. It's all mad. It's just all mad. It's all mad. I'm just saying. That's the state. Yeah. That's the state of their midfielders right now. I'm betting them mash up the World Cup. I'm just saying.
Raw, the Ferran Torres news has actually broke while we're live. That's mad. Still ironic.
That's good news for us.
It is. And you know what? Another example of Barcelona letting a player go that I don't necessarily think they don't rate. I just think it's a financial. Like, look, we want to bring in Alvarez. We've got to move someone on to make the financial space for it, and that's why I think Ferran Torres has left. I think now Torres has gone PSG. You'll actually see Barcelona make their move for Alvarez.
I think they're gonna try, but I just feel like
I don't think Atletico gonna sell to Barca.
I think Atletico are not budget. Like I could be wrong, maybe.
But Barcelona and Atletico do have a history of doing business now and again, so it's not impossible for it to happen. You know
you're right. You're right. It isn't. I just feel like the stance that they're saying, they're basically saying we don't care how much you want to pay. He's just not for sale. If you want him, you pay 500 mil. His release clause. If not, you ain't getting him. So, but yeah, in regards to Ferran Torres,
remember how much Alvarez is clambering for Barcelona as well. Like he's really making it clear.
I know. Fabrizio said Ferran Torres move to PSG seems imminent and matter of short time, but all parties involved. Talks will continue today between PSG and Barca to fix details and proceed. Ferran Torres has no doubts about PSG. That was 1 minute ago or a couple minutes ago from
That's a good move for PSG, you know.
Also,
he's rotational. He can play wide and play down the middle.
Also, I've got some other news that I want to say, and Cal won't like this because I did say to him, but it's not a fight. It's just more. It's about Endrick. Real Madrid's decision for Endrick to stay has been shared by management and Jose Mourinho together. This from Fabrizio. Mourinho believes in Endrick. Real Madrid want him to stay at least until January. The Brazilian striker also gets the number 9 shirt.
Oh wow, he's not leaving on loan anymore.
What doesn't Mbappe? What is Mbappe with him?
10.
Yes. Good luck to him.
You're gonna be like, with Arsenal fans.
Right,
do you know what's so funny? One of the funniest things. Sorry, this is funny though. Big up my Arsenal brethren. I love you all, but your club, I can't stand your club. But anyway, I love you. You're my brethren, innit? But still, anyways, obviously, rightly so. They're all gassed about Vinny. Even I'm thinking, shit, if they get Vinny, that's problems. Like, I don't need Vinny playing for Arsenal.
He was never going to Arsenal.
I know, but I saw clips, man, them saying, yeah, Vinny, if you roll up to Emirates, Saka, your number's done. Give you number 7. I was like, wait, what? Them were just willing to sacrifice Saka for Vinny.
Bro.
Now, big up troops, whoever, big them up. Yeah, they're all doing the whole. Yeah, he's a prick anyway. This is Turkish. He ain't gonna play enough football. He's a waste man. He's a dickhead. Bruv, the narrative is so funny.
The
big
copium is through the roof.
You're my brethrens, but your club, you lot are funny though. You lot give me the
No,
best.
but I told everyone to just stop panicking. I don't know. I can't believe people legit for that. Arsenal, no.
Shall be real. Shall be real.
We're going to be able to get a
European. Shall be real. It's closer than you think, and I'll tell you why. The fact that Vinny is now on the same base wage as Mbappe, when they weren't willing to budge on the latest offer.
It's called poker, man.
I hear you, but do you want to know something? When Real Madrid normally make up their mind, that's it. It's done. With Ronaldo, when he went in, they said, brother, you're going Juve. How dare you? You know, like when they make up their mind, when Perez says something, so they've actually kind of had to, and again, I'm not big on Arsenal here. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying Arsenal weren't involved, as in they weren't.
Like, they don't get anything out of this. Obviously, they don't get the player.
No one's going to tell them they're being played, so it all looks legit in public. Yeah, cool.
No, but if Real Madrid didn't budge,
no, but that was never going to happen.
No,
Real Madrid were never going to let Vinny go. It was never going to happen.
In my opinion, again, I'm not, bruv. You know me. I'm not. No,
never. It was never happening.
I hear you. Never, I was slightly concerned because, in my opinion,
it wasn't based in reality.
Real Madrid can be a bit funky, and when they're getting Diamande, and I'm thinking, are they just gonna do the whole like? Well, we got Yan Diamande, we've got Mbappe. There's too many egos already. It can't be Mbappe and Vinny. And Bellingham's there as well. Remember, there's bare madness over him.
There's a certain amount of players that could have been possible for. So if, for example, it was Arsenal trying to sign Valverde or Tchouaméni, and he was on 1 year and a thing, then there'll be a part of me like, you know what? Based on his stature within a club, they might actually just be like, bun it. No, you're not worth
1 year left.
No, but Vinny was one of those players where they were never going to do the, nah, man. Like Mbappe, if Mbappe gets down to 1 year, they're not going to do the, if he goes, minor, just gonna pay him what he was. There's certain man in the world that they'll just pay, bro.
They see them.
Vinny is their golden child. He is their he's carried that team for
That's
years.
what I'm saying. It's now killing
him go. They were never letting him go.
Can't talk to him.
Never, ever.
Vinny, even though they've given Vinny's deal, Mbappe is the golden child. That's all right. When Perez got Benzema, it don't matter what coach fell out of Benzema. Perez was like, you're not selling my brother. You can't sell him. That's my player. It's the same thing with Mbappe.
Yeah, but they still had the other stars, though.
No.
They
but
still
my
had
point
Bale
being,
and Ronaldo in all that. You know what I mean? So
no, but my point being is, if Perez, if you've got the vote of confidence from the chairman, you're not going anywhere. This is I'll tell you the difference. Real Madrid when Ozil left, that's because the chairman didn't care. He was like, you can go.
No, but remember, there was politics around that. And
no, but it's Perez.
It's like when they forced out Di Maria as well. No, but that's the point I'm
manager.
Making. But Perez adores Vinny. That's the point I'm making, man. He was never letting him leave. Bro, Vinny was never leaving.
I don't know. I thought it was close. I'm not saying I was like mad concerned, but I was slightly concerned. I'll be real.
He was never leaving. Real Madrid is the type of club, yeah, that will always want to save face as well. You think they'd want to look like mugs losing the best left winger in the world and their key player for free or on some mug thing? They wouldn't even let that happen for their image. They're Real Madrid. There's no way they're going to let that happen.
No. Do you know what they would do? See, this is what I'm saying, Drift. You're right, but at the same time, if they said we're going to look like mugs if it is Vinny, they would go and spend 250 mil and go and get flipping Elise, bro. They don't. When Perez goes and gets it, bro.
Bayern Munich's not having it this summer. Maybe next year, but not this year. Bayern Munich.
Bro, I promise you, it's because there were actually no numbers that were showed. There were no numbers, bro.
Remember, they offered 200 mil to Atletico and they said no. Sometimes people are just like, nah, bun it.
Who offered 200?
For Alvarez. Remember, Real Madrid offered 200 mil for Alvarez.
Bluff. That was to raise the price for Barca. You don't know. You don't know about
whatever the case may be.
See, you don't know. Perez is a maniac, bro. They don't want Alvarez.
But the bid was official though, because didn't Atletico have to officially reject it?
Bro, they put in a bid that they knew was going to get rejected.
But the point is, maybe Atletico might have called their bluff and
They
went,
done it to scupper
well, you can
Barca.
have
Now
him then
Barca
for
are
200
clamoring.
mil.
I'm thinking we ain't got money like Real Madrid. Where are we gonna get that money from, bro? Perez is a maniac.
Fair
I'm
enough,
telling you,
but Vinny
he's
weren't
mad.
never leaving. I just knew Vinny. There wasn't even an ounce of me that was worried that Vinny was leaving Real Madrid. I knew. And you know what? If he was going to go, they would have probably asked for a price that might even have priced Arsenal out. They might have wanted 170 million. And would Arsenal have paid that with only 1 year left on his... Do you get what I mean? Like, Real Madrid would have just always made that impossible for him to go. They just would have.
It's fair.
It's Real Madrid, man. They don't fuck about with their stars.
I know, bro. When they listen, they're a bit too mad. But listen, people, let's read out the supers. Big up all you guys for watching. Smash the likes. Over 1,000. In fact, there's even more people than when I said it last time. Can we get this out to 1,000 likes, please, people? We'd really appreciate that. Big up Cal, who's obviously, Cal is not in the best of ways right now. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like. You know what I'm saying? Big up Drift. You know what I'm saying as well. Come on, guys. Smash the like. You know we're here. But listen, we got Dale, Jeff to make an all Amazon van. Wait, what? Jeff to make an all Stevie G.
Make all of the Amazon vans. You know when Stevie goes,
of course. Them ones there. Yeah. We got Jacques. Speedy recovery, Aunt Carl. But you was moving like Ric Flair. You didn't know when to hang out the boots. A rocking chair might be better for you at your age. Absolute Kopish. I said a rocking chair,
There's so much disrespect in there, I'm
down for a rocking chair.
We got Jacques again. If Araujo succeeds, we should keep him. If we're losing Gomez and we might lose Virgil, we need a centre back between 25 to 30 to bridge the gap between Leone and Virgil. I agree with him on that.
I agree as well.
Yeah. Big up Face. I'll not lie. VVD worries me. I think he's done. That young kid saved his ass a few times in Monaco game. He was even bad in the World Cup. That was Virgil's first preseason minutes, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not worried about Virgil in the slightest.
I think Virgil will be all right. But I understand at the same time, year older, more mileage, you got concerns, but we have to trust in our captain. And I think Virgil is the type of person, and I could be so wrong. I'm not saying that I talked to him or nothing, but I've met him. And so is Kyle, we're just saying, Team Kopish. We're just saying that I think Virgil, if he knew he wasn't good enough, I've got this feeling he'll be like, I'm just gonna leave. Like, I don't want to disrespect my teammates and rare. He's not like that. I think Virgil still knows he can play at the highest level. That's just, you know what I mean?
I think I see this different to a lot of people. I've changed my expectations of what I want from Virgil, so I'm not worried about him. I don't expect Virgil from 2018 anymore. I expect a centre back who's older, who's going to make mistakes now.
He's just human now.
That's exactly. Like, he's not the best centre back in the world anymore, but he's still top.
One of the best. He's just not the best anymore. He's still one of the best. He's not the best. Yeah, that's not. Before there was a debate. There's no like. There's a debate now.
There's a debate now.
I remember people said this about Virgil 3 years ago. So.
But that is 3 years ago as well, Drift. So
I know, but they actually started to nickname him and said sell him. I'll never forget.
Yeah, but I don't think I've seen anyone in our chat say to sell him or anything like that.
No, not but that. But do you remember though when everyone writ him off and after he had a bad season, they were like, get rid of him and rare.
One preseason game of 45 minutes, that's what I'm gonna say.
I have no issue with Virgil. I'm just saying I don't expect the Virgil of 2018, 2019, 2021.
He's Logan now instead of Wolverine. He's still a superhero, but now
he's Logan.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, for real, he's Logan still. He's Logan.
I have no worries about Virgil on that standpoint.
I worry about Liverpool without Virgil. That's what I worry
Same.
About. I do not want to live in a world where Virgil van Dijk don't play for Liverpool. I promise you.
Yeah, no, facts. Big up to Barongo. Carl, feel your pain, and I know what you're going through. I tore my Achilles on my right foot, and a year later, I tore it on my left foot. At the time, I was 25. Flipping.
That means he spent 2 years not being able to walk properly. That is devastating.
Crazy.
Honestly, from Kopish to you, We honestly hope that you made a speedy recovery, and we hope that you're doing well, because that is a lot to go through. Because what people don't understand is, obviously, Cal's going through it now. With certain muscle injuries, it's not just physical, it is mental, because it is a battle. It's not just a thing where you dislocate your finger and for a couple months, you know what I mean? Like, I've dislocated my finger before. Like, I've had like glass go in my wrist and whatever, like bare madness, but it's mental. I think the biggest battle is mental. So big up to all the people that are going through injuries, and do you know what I mean? Stay mentally strong.
Do you know my number one? I can't look, my body tenses up, and I'm like, please don't let there be a madness. If I see kids, or not even just kids, it's humans, but definitely kids playing with the door, and one of them gets their finger trapped in the door. Like, if I see kids playing with the door, you know, you just like, you have that, like, you fear the worst.
That's how I got this finger, by the way. When I was younger, my sister,
I hate that,
slammed the door on my finger. So imagine I'm talking to her and was talking, and this was big up my sister, was having some disagreement. Always I'm a you, innit? We're talking about something.
No, bro, don't describe if you slam the door in your hand.
The door and my middle, bro. You see my middle finger?
He gave you the Beige and Barnes treatment, basically.
Smashed it. My finger just burst, like hanging, like dangling, like.
Yeah. Matt, man, I said I don't want you explaining it, bro.
But I was all right, though. Like, I don't get me wrong. One does look slightly different from the other, but it's calm. Ain't no one gonna know. Ain't no one gonna look at that. It's all right.
There's an MMA fighter that his finger is matched up like that. Cal, who is it again?
Travis Brown happened in the fight.
Is it? Yeah, like his fingers proper like mash up in it. Like you can
all of them are their handball messed up. But Travis Brown actually happened in a fight. He flying kick Fabrizio, I think flying kicked him and dislocated his finger, or punched him and dislocated his finger, one of the two.
Yeah, damn.
I've dislocated and broken my finger before.
Yeah, I've also with my ankle, well, you guys know my ankle, I've also like
hold on, Sanders saying that one of our mods is just banning people for no reason. What's going on? Why are people getting
read the chat, Matt? Football Gospel, what's going on? What's happening?
Look, Sanders saying that for some reason he's just banning, like,
who?
KJ, he's just banning people for some reason.
KJ,
KJ, what the hell's going on?
KJ.
Yeah, I think so. Why is he going?
But KJ's blessed. KJ won't just start banning people. Wait, KJ's getting no. Everyone's like, wait, what? KJ? Wait, are we sure that's the real KJ though? You know,
if he's a mod, he has to be. Otherwise, we wouldn't have modded him, would we?
Is he hacked? KJ gone full Mbappe.
Full Mbappe, you know.
Dictator mode. No, scout man. KJ.
No. Don't like that. Like that's
he's
mad.
banning everyone. No, that doesn't sound like KJ wouldn't. I wonder.
Bro, I'm gonna listen to the chat because the chat are saying it.
He could be hacked, you know, bro. That don't sound like KJ, bro. You know what I'm gonna have to do? Hold on. Come whenever you read the super chats, while I unmod him for a second until I can confirm it's the real KJ. I'll unmod him just for a second until I know it's the real him, because that's mad.
Yeah, the chat.
KJ, if that's you, my bro, and it's the real KJ, bro, broski. But we've never had to speak to KJ ever about doing stuff like that. My other account he's got to be hacked. See, someone saying he's got to be hacked. Exactly. Even big up Kathy. No, KJ wouldn't do that. KJ don't do them type of things there. I'm going to have to unmod him quickly. That means he's been hacked. You know that?
Yeah, unmod him then because
oh shoot. Now do you know how long it's to unmod someone?
Yeah.
Hold on. Go on. If one of you man could just
yeah, go on, I got you.
Yeah, and then let me do that right now because he could be going mad. See, he's hacked. It's not him. Someone says it's not him.
Aminor says, Drift Cow, did you see Man United dominate PSG? Hold there.
Sorry.
I didn't even watch
what you mean
game.
with your 1-1 draw?
I was going to say, didn't they lose or draw the game?
They drew 1-1.
Shout out to Calzino, says Hansi Flick's high line is suicidal at times, by the way. Yep, I hear that. Makama says most fans of sheep can't think for themselves. Your words, Makama, not mine, brother. Dell says wearing that red shirt now, so get behind him. Pause. Yeah, look, you'll get full support. 100% he gets full support. Big up to Soren, says big up, gents. Been a while. I think Araujo is a brilliant signing. He adds versatility and physicality to our back line. Also, he is brought in to be third string centre back and support right back. Really can't see the problem. I don't think he'll be brought into. I don't think he'll be third string. I think he's been brought in to be a starter next to Virgil personally. BC said
start that way,
There's got to be some realism this season in the fan base. It's a redirection from slots redirection. I think top 4 maybe the third and a cup or 2 is a good season. I agree with that. Ace said crash out over 3 instead of 140 million for one unproven winger when the squad has multiple holes. Wish LFC was shrewd with signing an attacker. I mean, Barcola's definitely not unproven. I mean, am I alone in my thoughts there that Barcola's unproven?
No, he is proven. Maybe not proven to the point where he could go on and be like an Mbappe and carry a team, but like he's definitely proved that he's a good player in terms of it wasn't like a one fluke season or whatever. Yeah.
Sorry, this KJ thing actually might be more problematic and have to control him when he goes so far.
Shout out to BC. On the real though, FSG is worth about 3 billion more than the City Group. So why can't they match their ambition? If they need to spend, that they will. Yeah, they can spend. They're just choosing not to. Jamal says I'm negative about the bleach Barnet. I don't care about his hairstyle.
The bleach Barnet, you know.
Obi says there are no negatives in this stake. Says. Big up John. Hope you're well, bro. The right way is winning titles. Otherwise, what's the point? Big up you guys. Respect as always. You'll never walk alone. Completely agree with that. Big up to Sean. Big up, bro. There are many ways they can invest if they want to. FSG stable, but it was self-sustained. Club paid for stands and training ground that didn't have to. That's very true. Obi says, kudos to FSG for making us relevant again. Agree with that. A says football hasn't changed. Capitalism has intensified. Element of truth to that, I'd say. That is true. Back in the day, Liverpool were the top spenders in the league. Then Man United were. Now it's more spread around, to be fair. Big up to Tom says they wouldn't put the dosh in without a belief that they could get a return. India is the last market untouched. Look at the deal for Betway, Amazon to United. Yeah, I mean, the Indian market is massively untapped. And if they're able to monetize the Indian market, then it's going to be worth its weight in gold, literally and figuratively. BC says, as a businessman, is Bezos after some licensing to sell LFC merch or marketing to link Amazon Prime, Audible, etc. with LFC and players for advertising? Possibly. I'd be surprised if he wasn't. BC says, Drifty, Liverpool City Council has had some problems. Just Google Joe Anderson. Liverpool City Council gives all you need to know about our council. It's mad.
No, I did. BC, I knew there was issues. But I didn't know there would be issues with having a different transportation. I know about the issues with the surrounding area and the housing and all that stuff. I know about all those issues. Yeah, I'm just talking about just organizing a shuttle run that they pay for and supply to just get people to and from the stadium. You know what I mean? If the council's got an issue with that, that's madness.
A says LFC issue isn't a lack of money. LFC got money but no ambition.
I think it's the ambition thing. They're happy.
Guys, just quickly, is it KJSJ7? J7?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
No, because I think. Just let me know, guys, if that's the exact account name.
How many other KJs do we have modded up?
No, because you know what it is? People might think it's the real KJ, but it could be like a K. Like, give an example. Is it him? Chat, is it him? Just quickly, yes or no? Quickly, because I need to know.
Someone said yes before, yeah.
There's only one. All right, I'm gonna remove him now.
Tom says no, Indian market is huge.
He might have been hacked.
Will stay.
Just unmod him, bro.
I've unmodded him. It's done now. It's done.
Big up to Eastwood. He says Jeff Bezos near our club is the end of Liverpool being a fan-led club. Remember, Amazon brought death to local stores and malls. I don't think Liverpool has been a fan-led club for a while now, personally. Unless I'm wrong. I don't think we don't have a say, but
maybe it means more like at least FSG kind of listen sometimes, maybe.
There you
Long distance Liverpool says Jeff Bezos is worth 245 billion, 2 billion, nothing to these kind of people. However, they want to buy for two reasons: to increase the value of their asset and to have something to manage and play with as a pastime. Time will tell.
That's what I'm worried about. Long distance. That is literally what I'm worried about.
BC says, is the transfer market fair based on prices, or is it overinflated? If so, what is a fair and realistic price for some of the big deals so far? It's almost impossible to say. I think you'll only know the price. Sorry.
If I'm being realistic on the ability of the player and past times and whatever, I would say Elliot Anderson should have only cost 60. I would say Barcola would only be about 70, 75. I think Guimaraes may have gone for the same amount, funny enough. Tonali would have probably been about 70 instead of 90 or 100. The guy with Fernandez from Thingy, I think he would have gone for about 40 in like the old school market instead of 75. That's
what do you consider the old school market though?
You know, like about maybe like 10 years ago, where like it was only like the real superstars, like a Gareth Bale, who would have like a crazy price tag, or Pogba, or you know what I mean. Like
10 years ago, Gini Wijnaldum came to Liverpool. What did we pay for Gini?
We only paid like 27 mil, 30 mil, something like that.
Less, like
it wasn't a lot. It was like a normal amount.
19?
It wasn't that cheap.
I'm gonna say 30 or just over 30.
I can't
23 million pounds.
Okay.
I wasn't even that far off.
So if that's the case, Mateus Fernandes wouldn't have gone for more than Gini Wijnaldum 10 years ago.
Oh, that's what you mean. Oh yeah, maybe you're right then. Yeah, maybe
100% he wouldn't have.
Maybe 30 at the most then, didn't it? Yeah, Fernandes would have gone
for maybe he's got better than Gini Wijnaldum. The Gini Wijnaldum that left Newcastle had a way bigger reputation to the Mateus Fernandes.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah.
So he wouldn't have gone for more than 20 million.
That's what I mean. So the market's crazy now, isn't it? Like the market is just out of control.
The market changed when PSG bought Neymar, we sold Coutinho, Barca bought Dembele and Griezmann. That's when the market changed.
I don't know, because I think people still accepted those as superstars. I think it's more when your average man like Anderson now are going for that much, where it becomes like, whoa, hold on, what the?
No, fuck? But that's what I'm saying. Though that's when the market changed, though, because if the price of if the price of the highest player goes up, then everyone's price is going to go up.
Yeah,
maybe
naturally, it just happens.
25 M's was Gini Wijnaldum. 25 M's.
Take me back to 17, 18, you know. Let's do it all again. Let's crash out on Karius. Let's have the madness with Virgil. Let's do it all again. Let's do it all again, man.
You'd get cancelled, Drifty. We wouldn't have a channel anymore.
I never forget my brethren actually.
Because we would have gone live. You'd have gone live with that crash out. We'd have been done. We would have had to leave the country.
That was best.
My brethren ran me straight afterwards. Is that, bro? If something happens to Karius, it's going to be your fault. Delete that video, bro.
Yeah, we would have been done. Kopish wouldn't have been a channel. We'd have to break the Kopish community and sell it for parts. BC says, in the transfer market... Oh, sorry. Read that one already.
Oh, man.
Shout out to AJ Knows Ball says, big up Kopish. I'm playing up top tonight in my 7v7. Prayers up, Cal. Speed of recovery in Jesus' name. Big up yourself, bro, and all the best for your game, bro.
Take care of yourself in that 7v7 as well, bro.
Trust me.
Tom says, I lost both my legs, not the end different. Yes. Sorry to hear that, Tom, man.
Oh my days, bloody hell.
I'm not going to ask you to elaborate, obviously, if you don't want to, but
sorry to hear that, like.
Damn.
It's crazy. Atu says, I'm good, guys. I'm 45 now, going strong. Big up. Thanks for letting us know.
No, remember that was after the 2 ACLs.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, you didn't need to super chat to let us know he's okay, bro. Big up,
for real.
Big up, Scott Hamilton. Shout out to Tommy says Neymar changed the market. PSG. We can't say Neymar did. It's
I was
PSG.
gonna say because Neymar don't make up the price. It's
Yeah,
PSG, you know.
PSG changed the market. BC says, is Coutinho the biggest flop for that price tag? You guys?
No, I'd probably say you can't say he's more of a flop than Dembele.
It's out of them two. Dembele was 135 mil. Coutinho was 142.
How much did Barca get back for Dembele when they sold him? No,
50.
Then
much
no. 50 million euros.
How much did they get for Coutinho?
Where did Coutinho go? What happened?
Remember Coutinho went Bayern and then knocked them out
on loan. I knocked them out.
And no, but you know the mad thing is he did well at Bayern Munich.
He actually
Bayern Munich should have kept him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, apparently somebody showed up on the scan about.
You know what? Yeah, I would like someone just like I'm not gonna lie. João Felix, Hazard, there are a lot of big money flops still.
Hazard might be.
Yeah. You know what? You can even slightly consider Griezmann to Barcelona a flop.
Oh, he was definitely a flop.
110 mil didn't really do nothing at Barca.
Griezmann did nothing. No, but Hazard didn't do.
Hazard didn't even lose weight.
Bro, I don't remember Hazard scoring 3 goals.
Bad, he didn't even lose weight.
Did Hazard score Real Madrid? Maybe got 1 goal. I don't even think Hazard done anything.
Yeah, I actually think Hazard might be at. Hazard to Real Madrid for what was in the end 120 million. Once it was all,
bro, I saw Coutinho
absolutely the worst transfer. Absolutely
in the first 6 months score some long range madness goals. Like, bro, I don't think I saw Hazard do anything.
Coutinho's first season at Barcelona was actually good, you know. I swear it was a manager change that actually messed him up, but he actually was good when he
Hazard done way worse at Real Madrid than Coutinho.
Yeah.
And
it's definitely Hazard. It's definitely Hazard.
If you go and look at the landscape of what Hazard did, it's actually atrocious.
Yeah, he just retired, Matt. He couldn't even be asked. He just retired, bro. It was just like,
no facts.
It's absolutely Hazard.
But yeah, I think we've come to the end of the show. I hear you. We're ending the show now anyway. Last one. Yeah, big up, my bro.
Sorry, I didn't even mean to laugh at that, but it was just.
It's not even a bad one. It's just traveling there.
No, but like I started to see a vision, and then I was like, no, I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny. Like,
I basically got to climb the stairs in it, which is
that's mad. Still, no, prayers up, man, prayers up. Big up Connor, kids for LFC that were flops. Billy the Kid, Let's not do that. But big them up though. Big them up same way. Big them up though. Big them up. Billy the Kid and that. Yeah. But yeah, listen, people. Make sure you
saying that we missed the Super. Do you remember Super from LFCJ?
No, I can't see it. I've read. Well, Cal read them. Shall I say? Well, I was trying to sort out KJ who got corrupted. So I don't know. They've all been read from what I can see, but worst case scenario, Jay, in our next show, just say it again, obviously, but not as a super, and I'll look out for it.
Just do it now, bro. Just
or even put it now,
just quickly do it now, bro. Just write as a
so I know what it is, for
Nah, bro, he's not hiding, bro. Like, he legit had to go, bro.
Bro, you're bro, you know. What? Matt, check if Ace is still banned. Don't know if I got everyone. Ace? You lot are trying to make me what? Overtime. What? Do you know how long it is to see someone's unbanned on it? It's mad, you know. You're going to the archives, bro.
Lukaku to Chelsea is actually a shout for the most crazy.
Man said Ace hasn't spoken. Shit.
Yeah, that was definitely a mad one.
Where is it? I'll check on Ace. Don't worry. I got Ace. Let me see if Ace is there still. Guys, was Ace was he a moderator?
No, I think he was just normal.
bruv. Right now, there's no way man can go through. Man said
We
prayers
just,
for
just
eight.
do it afterwards, then, bro. Just do it.
So he wasn't even a moderator. He's just normal. Yeah, you know, I'd have to go through every single freaking user. That is mental. I'll sort it out.
Big LFCJ, big up, man. For this is what the Miss Supers. It was rate this window if we get Mbai, Barcola, Spence, Munoz, Jacquet, and Araujo. I would probably say that window would be an 8 out of 10.
Mbai, Barcola, Spence, Munoz, Jacquet. Brother, Jacquet's already here, but I hate the premise though. Yeah,
a striker makes it a 9, the DM makes it a 10. I'd give that an 8 out of 10 window.
I'll probably go 7. 7.
And I'm the spoiled one.
Bro, let's not even. Yeah.
What's your favorite chocolate, Matt?
I don't really have one. I don't have a go-to. So on one day, I might want the Snickers. On another day, I'd want like.
Oh no, I'm like that as well. But if you was on an island and someone said, "I'm just gonna give you a barrel of your favorite chocolate, pick one," what would it be Snickers? Do you think that would be what it would be? Snickers bangs, by the way.
Maybe Snickers, maybe.
In fact, I'm actually gonna get a Snickers next time I get.
That's the one I'm moving to now, the Snickers thing.
Because I go back and forth. Sometimes it's Maltesers. Sometimes
because I go through periods where like, I want this type of chocolate. Yeah.
Sometimes it's minstrels. Sometimes it's Galaxy just plain.
Yeah,
chocolate.
I want the M&Ms.
I go
Snickers.
100%. Like right now, I'm on the Bourneville dark chocolate because there's less sugar in it and it's better for you. Like Bourneville dark, Cadbury's Bourneville, like beautiful. Like it just depends. You know what I mean? Like, but if you're just saying what I think is the goated chocolate, it will be Ferrero Rocher.
Okay, someone said chicken wings. You know, I'm so stupid, I swear.
What, chocolate chicken wings?
Chocolate chicken wings is mental.
That's diabolical, by the way.
I'm not gonna lie. If one of you lot saw me with chocolate chicken wings, just tell me to reevaluate my life, bro.
Yeah, you're going into rehab, bro.
That is madness. I like Kinder Bueno. I do like Bueno.
Kinder Bueno is good.
Kinder Bueno is our bad boy chocolate.
Back in the day, Kinder Surprise was the greatest kids chocolate ever.
Kinder Surprise, you know, flipping. I remember that thing there. But yeah,
it just depends, man. Like right now, like I said, I'm in a Bourneville mood. But tomorrow it might be minstrels, then it might be M&Ms. It just depends, bro. It really just depends. Even sometimes just plain Cadbury's, you know, the dairy milk Cadbury. Sometimes that just slaps them for a whole week or two. I'll just have that. I just remember what does actually rival Ferrero Rocher for me. Cadbury's Creations. I totally forgot about Cadbury's Creations. Remember when I showed you about Cadbury's Creations? Bro?
Yeah. I'll tell you another one.
Elite.
Do you like celebrations where you get all of them?
Yeah. Bounty and all that.
Yeah. Bounty, Twix.
Yeah.
Do you know another underrated chocolate?
Heroes is the best one of those, by the way. It's got
the
Cadbury's cream.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it might be.
I think Mars. Is it Mars is in Heroes? Heroes is definitely because Cadbury's cream egg is right up there as well for me.
Yeah. Oh my days! I remember this. You know.
Please don't tell me that Spence going to Inter.
I remember 12. You know.
12 still bangs now, bruv.
I know for a minute. 12. You know.
Do you know what? I've noticed a lot of people don't like Bounty. I don't know why. Bounty.
I like Bounty.
Slap. I don't care what anyone says.
I like Bounty.
Yeah, but I do. Yeah. I love that. You know what I mean? I'll kill 2
Bounty,
bars.
That chocolate slaps. I can't lie. That Bounty slaps. I can't lie, bro.
Maybe if you don't like coconut, then I can understand why you wouldn't like Bounty. But if you like coconut, there's no reason to not like Bounty.
Man said chomp. Chomp is so old school. They'll probably charge £1 in today's
chomp. That is some real school, like, you know what I remember? Like that was a schoolboy chocolate.
100. Looks like Spence is gone.
Is he going Inter? Liverpool are idiots, man.
Excuse me. But listen, people, we're gonna end the show here. Keep your eyes peeled. Also keep your eyes on the notifications and whatnot. Like,
shit,
wait,
we've got a bumper, bro.
Wait a second now.
We've got a bumper right here.
I was about to go sleep. Big up Rack, sorry. He says, hi, bro. Hope to see you soon. Rack, big up your damn self
each and every
time.
Big up your damn. Hey, do you want to know what? Get well soon as well, man. I'll let you know afterwards as well, but yeah, get well soon, man. Big up Rack.
Big up Rack.
Each and every time. Love, brother.
Speedy recovery to Rack as well. Big up each and every time to Rack, man. Trust me.
We should have got spent.
I know. We should have, for real.
You lot are making me want to. As soon as we finish, I'm going to get some on my Bourneville because I feel like chocolate now.
I'm gonna go down my dinner.
Do you know two really underrated chocolates? So I know I'm just going.
You're on some chocolate thing right now. I want to go get my dinner, bro. What are you gonna say now?
Cadbury's chocolate fudge is super underrated.
Oh my days, the old school. What the old school fudge?
It's still about, bruv. Super underrated.
I didn't think you could even still get these them type of chocolate.
Yeah, you can. I bought a multi-pack a couple of months ago. You can still get it, bruv.
Well, man bought the... Hey, listen. You say how you don't cost me for the wings. Get onto my man about the chocolate, bro. Man bought a multi-pack.
100%. And, fuck, I just forgot what the other underrated chocolate was. I distracted myself. No, it's gone. It'll come back to me at some point. But the Cadbury's chocolate fudge, underrated chocolate. Super underrated chocolate.
Yeah. Drift is the chocolate wizard. People, listen.
I do like chocolate.
Yeah, you do, bro. Trust me. Listen, chat. Big up each and every.
That was it. I just remembered. Kit Kat Chunky.
Do you know I like Kit Kat Chunky, but it's not a favorite of mine.
No, I think it's underrated. I'm saying,
it's underrated. Like I think
Kit Kat Chunky is underrated. Yeah. No one ever talks about it, but they're bang. I've got a couple in the fridge as well. They bang 100%.
Man said I've got a couple in the fridge.
Yeah, I've got Kit Kat and Bourneville in the fridge right now. Yeah.
No. Wait there. Drift actually has a shop in his fridge. Nah, let's not.
It's just a couple, bro.
You're never gonna beat the allegations when it comes to like chocolate bars and stuff, and I'm never gonna beat the allegations of wings.
I know.
Never. I'm never gonna beat the allegations ever. But
I have done a good job of cutting back though. I've massively cut back how much I have.
Nah, I hear it.
The Drifters, that they don't make that anymore. You know, that was a banging chocolate.
And then you think Snickers is overrated? I like Snickers, you know. I wish I had a Snickers. Now I don't even have one. I want one up my
Snickers. I'll never agree with that. Snickers is not overrated. No way.
No, for real, man. I do like Snickers still.
Hey, do you remember when we were younger and we thought After 8 was really the like elite chocolate, and then we got older and realized you can buy it in Poundland?
Yeah. You can just go buy that in Poundland.
When I was a kid, do you know how much I thought After 8 was the elite of the elite chocolate?
I know.
Don't get me wrong, it is nice, but damn.
They've made it Snickers
made it smaller, yeah.
Rotted.
But you know what? It's because I only buy a multi-pack. If you go into the like corner shop or whatever and you buy a chocolate or a crisp.
Wait, you only buy a multi-pack?
It is a much bigger size than because in everything in multi-pack is just reduced, isn't it? Everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, a Snickers in the multi-pack is definitely way smaller than if you go and buy it in the shop. Definitely.
Fair. People, listen, we're gonna end the show here. Big at each and every one of you as well. Make sure you smash the like. There's over 1,000 people in the arena. Let's get this out to 1,000 likes, like we said before. Also, this video is sponsored by OK Jersey. You can go and get your football jerseys for about £15. Use the code Kopish and get 8% off. People, we're going to end the show here. Big up to each and every one of you. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. We will be back on Team Kopish. Keep your eyes peeled for notifications. And you done know the settings already. We will be there if something happens. But people, listen, bless up. God bless. It's Team Kopish. We're out of it. Love.
Peace.